are back. The time is now.
He vivido muchas noches en el fútbol, pero hay momentos que jamás se olvidan. Recuerdo lo que se siente jugar con esta camiseta, sentir como esa energía me eleva cada vez más alto. Este club, cada piedra, cada asiento, está construido sobre la fe. Y la gente aquí no solo ve el fútbol, lo siente, lo viven, lo respiran. He visto los gigantes caer bajo ese peso de la fe. Los nombres pueden cambiar, las camisetas pueden cambiar, pero la llama nunca muere. Esto es Newcastle United. Denlo todo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We are live with another match, the first ever of this season for us in the Champions League. One of the most important games that we played over 20 years ago repeats itself tonight at St. James's Park, our theater of dreams, our cathedral on the hill, if you will. Don't forget to smash the like button. It's me, the American Mag, with Gary, the Jordy Yum Yum from the Midlands with me. I'm in America. Mighty Win is in the stadium, getting ready for this match. Of course, the atmosphere is ready. Everything is ready for this occasion. The only one that forgot about it seems to be Eddie Howe. He thinks we're playing Bournemouth tonight because Voltemata doesn't start tonight. He won't start. Gordon up front. He's failed many times over and over and over as a center forward. Eddie Howe decides to back him one more time up front. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member if you can. Send your super chats right away so you can get your comment highlighted. Support the channel. You can gift memberships away as well. So please do that. If you're not a member already, become a member. It doesn't take much and you can enjoy good perks. So Gary, how's it going, mate? All good?
Yeah, all good. Bit of a surprise, if I'm honest with you. With it being an important game, I'm disappointed. I suppose I can say because, again, you're looking. I understand him getting a bit of cramp the weekend and not really being up to speed with the Premier League. But for me, this is one of them games where I want your best team out there. And like I said, you're quite right. I've seen Anthony Gordon so many times try and fail. And like I said, the only thing that I see Eddie Howe trying to achieve with this team is pace in behind. And maybe he's thinking with Anthony Gordon being the pinnacle, if you like, the main player with a bit of pace. You've got a little bit of quality from Harvey Barnes, maybe in the crossing, but again, it gives us very little aerially with him, with Baltimore not in the side. So again, you have to ask yourself, unless it's along the deck for Anthony Gordon and Alanga to run onto, are we going to get the opportunities that we need? And I mean, like I say, Baldemar's on the bench. And like I always say, if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to start in my eyes.
He's 23 years of age, man. What the hell are we doing? Cramps my ass. Get him to play. Don't play him against Bournemouth. I don't know if probably Gordon is going to be suspended again, and maybe that's what Eddie Howe is saying, that I don't have a center forward for this game. Put in Osula for Bournemouth. Who cares? The most important game right now is against Barcelona. You need to have the most accurate team you can to possibly win. I don't think this is good. You limit Gordon to doing nothing really instead of using his ability to run on the wing. And we know that Barcelona can be countered very quickly. You need people to run. I think it's a waste that that Gordon is at center forward. Thank you, Paul Morris, for becoming a member. Appreciate that very much indeed, sir. Thank you very much. Trolls Hagen here. Christensen, this is giving us a super chat here. Thank you very much. This for me is bad, really bad. I mean, there will be some people that think that it is warranted. I think the vast majority want to see Voltemata because he is proven in one game that he can be a threat. I think now Barcelona is rubbing their hands, seeing that Gordon is up front. Nowadays, you can't hide anything. Hamzy Flick, he would have been watching at least the last 3-4 matches of Newcastle United, and knowing, especially when we didn't have a center forward. So I don't think this is going to be good for the Toon. Hopefully I'm wrong. But I mean, it is just weird how Eddie Howe manages to make a decision really that is out of the blue, and actually out of the blue. But the reporters were saying this a couple of hours ago now. Yesterday, even Keith Downey saying that he thinks this might happen. It might happen, and then people start reporting it, that they hear this, they hear that, and here we go. It comes to be that Voltemar is seated. Other than not having a striker ready for Bournemouth, what other reason would it be? Thinking that he's going to be hurt. I mean, you're really clutching to find reasons. Really, this man here walking in up to St. James's Park won't play tonight. If you are curious, Voltemar is out of the lineup against Newcastle United. Against Barcelona. I'm sorry. So I'm not sure, Gary. I mean, what explanations can we come up with for this nonsense, really?
Well, it's like I said. I had a vision watching Barcelona this season under Hansi Flick, and I just said yesterday when we were doing the watch along, the preview, I can see pace in the side, and with Anthony Gordon being suspended for the Bournemouth game, it would have made a lot more sense to me to obviously try and rest players. But your obvious place to rest somebody who is totally out of form is Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes has not really given Newcastle any incentive in XG, whether it be shots on target or even assists or chance creation. So when you actually look at it, you have to question, why? What's the reasoning really behind it? And again, it's probably risk and reward. I think if Voltemar goes out there, we've heard from Eddie Howe. We know that Vissa isn't going to be available until the October internationals before he returns, and then it's about getting fitness back. So he probably won't. We won't see anything of Vissa. Probably bit parts up until around mid-November, and then he's off again. So Voltemar's got to have a lot of game time. So, but for me, this is an important night tonight. And like I said, even if you went out there and said, "Listen, give me an hour's football, and I'll take you off at 60 minutes, just to rest your legs for the Bournemouth game." We knew this was coming. We knew it was going to be thick and fast. So for me, this is a massive gamble on Eddie Howe, especially as the fact that, Anthony Gordon has not really shown anything through the middle at all. He's not shown anything on the left-hand side, to be fair. It's about confidence. I'm hoping, he's seen something different. He's trying something different in training. I'm not sure. Maybe that build-up's going to be slightly different. Are they going to be as strong an outfit? Araujo seems to have come into the side, and De Jong. So, again, you've got players for Barcelona that are also struggling, but we know the quality of Barcelona. We know what they're going to give you when they play keep ball. It's literally going to be us running after a ball for a lot of minutes today, and that could also be a reasoning behind Eddie Howe's idea of resting Voltemar if he's cramping up after 45 minutes. Because the pace, as we all know, in the Premier League is different. This isn't the Premier League. This is Champions League football. This is for me, the pinnacle of football now. Yeah, it's where we want to be, and that's what I said. We want to show. So hopefully the 12th man is going to be in the crowd, and I'm hoping with that little bit of support, it gets an extra 5% out the lads.
Yeah, that is very much true indeed. Trolls, thank you for the gifted membership that has gone to Huey Gallagher. Thank you. And Huey, don't forget
Huey
to
Gallagher.
renew your membership. So, yeah, back from the dead, Huey Gallagher. But to watch Barcelona Newcastle, nobody will miss this one. The atmosphere is rocking in Newcastle upon Tyne. Mr. Random Access with an unbelievable £25 super chat. Thank you very much indeed. Random Access says, well, I'm baffled and nervous whilst trying to be optimistic for tonight. I think all of us are baffled at this moment, Random. You're not the only one. Thank you very much for your super chat. It means a lot and it helps us a lot. But regardless, only Eddie will know his reasons. But at the end of the day, he will have to answer for this if things don't go well. Even if things go well, Newcastle fans need to have. I just don't see how this works unless Gordon scores 3 goals with being a center forward. Maybe we'll be proven wrong, of course. But other than that, I just don't see it happening. Regardless, let us show you the lineups for tonight. Newcastle United showing up to this game with Pope at goal, Trippier on the right, Shar is a center back. Joelinton's going to be in the midfield, of course. Tonali as well. I would have been. I don't know if I'd be surprised Tonali doesn't play. Knowing Eddie. Gordon, of course, we've talked about. Barnes in the lineup. Harvey Barnes, I'm assuming, is a left wing. Ilanga is a right winger, I'm assuming, because Ilanga did play on the left for a good time against Wolves, but I think he'll be on the right anyway. Livramento is a left back. Byrne is the other center back, and Bruno Guimaraes is the other midfielder for Newcastle United. As far as lineup is concerned, do you have any objections? Do you have any concerns about this game? We got, of course, I would assume most are our best players, with the exception of the center forward. Well, Barnes hasn't been doing too well, has he?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all know there's pace in the side. That is without doubt. The one thing that concerns me, and again, we know Eddie likes to drop into this 4-5-1, and I think that is the reasoning, or one of the reasons, why he's potentially got Harvey Barnes in the side, more for that defensive midline duty. I mean, we know Alanga as according to some of the journals out there, Eddie has had words, difficult words with Alanga, just to express the fact that he's still trying to get used to the shape and formation of Newcastle. It's going to come in time. So Eddie's given him a lot of, I suppose, chance to get involved on a slower scale to what, as we see with a lot of players coming at Newcastle, it's not just thrown in. But again, this is where Eddie's seen Premier League proven players do really well for opposition sides. And he's given a gamble. He's literally just took the task and said, if you can do it at Forest, you can do it at Newcastle. And it's totally different football. Today, it will emulate a very much style of football that he's used to being at Nottingham Forest, where Nottingham Forest will have the opposition have the ball, playing behind the lines, and when Newcastle win the ball back, it'll be the quick on the break. So there's obviously a method in the madness that he's using this player, and I can virtually see us going into a more of a 4-4-2 at times, pushing that high line. And maybe what you'll get is the both Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes will drop down into the forward in midfield. Anthony Gordon, I hope, doesn't stay centrally and he'll drift out to the left-hand side, and you'll have Alanga on the right-hand side. It'll split the Barcelona lads in the middle, and it's very difficult then. And again, it's a tactic of Hansi Flick where he gets some zonal marking in the defensive four. Very much Spudsy when it comes to the high line in defence. So again, for me, I think there's a little bit of a tactical shift here for Eddie Howe. And again, playing with the system as I did just before we came on live. Wouldn't surprise me whether you see a bit of a variation to a 4-4-2 when we haven't got the ball and being pressed. But the lads in the middle of the park, and I keep saying this, the lads in the middle of the park and the back line have certainly got to be on their toes today, because even with this side from Barcelona, they've probably got two of the world's best number 10s, with Firmin and Olmo coming off the bench. We know Lewandowski, what a good player he is for 37 years old, knows where the net is if he gets half a chance. So the defence has to be solid. The defence has to be concentrated completely for the 90 minutes. And again, the lads were talking yesterday about who starts, who finishes. And I said, wouldn't surprise me if we stick with the same. Allowing Tino to go down that left-hand side gives Harvey Barnes that little bit of support. He hasn't got the pace to beat a player, which would potentially going to be Konde. So it's going to be a case of, with him doubling up down that left-hand side, Rafinha has got a choice. He either stays tall, as Liverpool and Salah do, or he has to backtrack and support. So again, it's about making the opposition think and potentially change the way they play. That will only benefit and aid Newcastle going forward.
Yep. All right. So we got a mighty win. Thank you very much, Random Access. Appreciate you for your 25 pounds, buddy. And thank you very much, everyone that super chats and everyone that contributes. Thank you. Mighty win is outside St. James's Park in the surrounding areas. Let's take a listen what he has to say in the old geezer.
Evening, everyone. Well, bloody hell. I have got my work cut out tonight, have I not? In terms of trying to defend Eddie Howe when things go wrong tonight. And my God, do I think things go wrong. Barnes, Gordon, Elanga. So the two, the assister and the scorer of the only goal on Saturday are both benched. I am flabbergasted, and I've just come out of the bar, and when the news was going round the bar as everybody was picking it up, the mood immediately deflated, and the number of what etc. going round was so. For Eddie's sake, I hope he gets a result, because if not,
prove that
there is no defending him, I don't think, on this particular occasion. The only thing that a few of the lads have said is, if Voldemort has only got 45 minutes in him, then put him on as a secret second half weapon kind of thing kind of makes sense. But that only makes sense if you can keep Barcelona out. And I would far rather go the other way, play him for the 45, try and get a lead, and then see what happens. But honest to God, I as I say, the mood in the bar dropped 40%, and I've dropped 80%. I was completely. I wasn't worried at all. I thought, we've got this. We're gonna get the job done. And here, seeing that team news, it's just honest. It's knocked the stuffing out of everybody. So good luck. I hope we do it. But I am not confident now in one little bit. Have a good show, lads. How are the lads?
How are the lads? We are knackered, to say the least. Mighty win in the stadium tonight, of course, for the incredible match that we're going to see. Hopefully incredible in our towards our end anyway. I have, Woolsey here says, answer for what? He's doing his job. Because people are want to say that because we need pace, we are putting Gordon there, right? First of all, you get more of his pace if you put him on the wing, so he can actually run for free, right? So Voldemort is not quick to some people. Would we feel and say the same thing if Isak was our striker and Isak was benched to put Gordon up front so he can have pace, so we can have pace as a team? No, we wouldn't. 99% of people would be rioting right now, and it's listen. The vast majority of fans are clear, and it's clear and evident what they're feeling right now. As Win was saying, local fans, people in the chat, fans in the chat, they're all flabbergasted about this situation. It's only going to have to go well, or he will have to answer for what he's done. Managers have to be held accountable. about their decisions. They just can't just do whatever they want and no repercussions. You know, they have to answer for what they're doing. He must have a reason, but I'm telling you, nobody else understands that reason other than him and Mad Dog probably. It's difficult.
I find it, like I say, bizarre. The reasons why I put Voltemada in there is, as we saw against Wolves when he played that little ball over the top for Harvey Barnes to run onto. Unfortunately, Harvey Barnes was offside at the time when the goal come a bit later on from Murphy. But I mean, it was it's all about the delivery of the ball. And like I said, we all know that, you know, Barcelona will push the high line. They will really get to the halfway line. They will condense. They'll try and have 7 bodies in and around the midfield for that second ball. Again, Garcia launching the ball forward, and, you know, the likes of Fabian Schär and Byrne, eat meat and drink for them all day long, them tall balls. But what you're going to get is, can we compete and have enough bodies centrally to compete for that second and third ball? Because the last thing we want to keep doing is giving the ball back to Barcelona. So for me, you know, and we can be despondent, if you like, regarding the starting lineup. But the more we keep the ball, the more we distribute the ball left to right, going forward for the lads to run in behind. Now, again, if Anthony Gordon gives us 60 minutes, you know, running around like a headless chicken with no end product, and I mean, when I say no end product, doesn't put the pressure on, because you can look good by movement. But if there's no end product and there's no pressure, delivery towards goals, then actual fact, you've let them off. And this is what we've seen from Anthony Gordon when he's had good games going up top. You get all the movement, you get all the, you know, the player that you want. We saw it against Liverpool, unfortunately, before the sending off. Very dramatic, very direct with his running. But again, you know, as a striker, there's got to be the mentality to score goals. And I just don't see that with him. And that's why, for me, it would have been, I wouldn't have asked Voltemada to be legging it backwards and forwards between box to box. I would have just said to him, you know, stay in the 10 zone, stay high up the field if you need to be.
Yeah.
Just hold on to the ball. Just make sure we've got an out, if you like, somebody that can come and hold the ball. And we've seen the strength of the lad against Wolves. He was bouncing off defenders. So, you know, I can understand it being, like I say, disappointing for fans for seeing this. And, you know, the lads in the chat are all, you know, for what Eddie's doing. And you have to think that, for me, the home advantage has to count. So for that lift, well, the last thing you want is to be putting a side out there that's going to make people second guess your decisions. Because
trust me, that the atmosphere is going to last a good 10 minutes. After that, the game, you know, players are focused on one thing, which is the ball. And if we're not performing, the fans are not going to respond. Fans are not going to respond. They're just going to, you know, just like anybody else, we're going to be quiet. It's plain and simple. One of the main reasons why PSG was one of the greatest atmospheres ever is because we started scoring early. We started out front early. And it got us going, and the tackles were there. So you can only ask the fans to continue that. But if the team is not giving the fans something to cheer about, they're not going to. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, tell me what happens if we play Voltemada in the game and he's out for 2 weeks. That's with, you know, 5 games without a striker. So what, do you stop him training as well? I mean, what do you do?
What changes against Bournemouth? He's out for 2 weeks after Bournemouth. He gets injured during Bournemouth. You're still going to be without a striker.
Without a striker it's all until November.
Until November, man. You know, you're still going to be out. So, and what is the most important game? Is the question. What is the most important game? It should be no conversation about the most important game that we are playing right now. About atmosphere, let's go and see. The BBC has gone around and talked with Barcelona fans, I believe, and some Newcastle fans, I think, about the atmosphere at St. James's Park. Let's take a listen.
I can't hear it, Chris.
You can't?
No sound on that, mate.
Okay, let me see. There we go. Let's go.
I have been here 6 times at St. James Park, and it's amazing. The atmosphere, it's the best in the world.
Very excited. This is the first time we came with my friends to St. James's Park, so we are very confident for tonight.
We've heard that it's like a very exciting stadium to watch a football match, so yeah, looking forward to it.
We'll have all day to go to the city, to the pubs, to drink a little bit of beer, and it seems that there's nice weather today, so it'll be fine.
I have been here.
There you go, the Barca fans. The Catalans are ready. The culés are ready for war, but you know, with a pint in hand, of course. They're coming to enjoy. So they are recognizing Newcastle as one of the best atmospheres they've ever been to, which is really great. Of course, Newcastle United flew in Tino Asprilla to watch this game. Of course, it only fitted that Tino would be in the stadium. This picture here, I was like, this is exactly what Tino is. Cheesy, naughty, if you will. Looking from the strawberry corner there behind him. So that's good for him. Good that they flew him in. I think he came in yesterday. But either way, man, the atmosphere is going to be there. The legends are there. More legends, actually. Alan Shearer is not going to be able to make it because he is in Kansas City, United States, for the Premier League Fan Fest here. So, but, man, everything is ready, including this right here, War Bobby. Somebody put the same as last time with the Ipswich and Newcastle. Well, now the same way. And by the way, Barcelona accounts have been really graceful about this. They've been posting, they've been giving Newcastle the proper respect. So that's always been really good to see. So anyway, let's go with some comments here from the chat and what people are feeling, what people are saying about this current lineup for Newcastle United. Connor says, "How bottled it, soak up the pressure, and hope to nick it on the counter."
On the counter.
PDK says, "FFS, where's the lucky cowboy hat, man?" Well, it's back there somewhere, but I mean, I don't think that can even do anything at this moment in time. But we'll see. Hopefully, Thomas Cloak says, "No chance we're scoring. Eddie got it all wrong here." That is the sentiment right now. Vincent N says, "The lads will need to be on top form, especially the defense, as we facing an elite team. No Yamal, which is a plus, but they have so many other threats." That is true. Paul Morris says, "It's a sign. I've been trying since the transfer window opened. Never worked before now. Now I'm a member. Tunes, happy clappers in the building. Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much indeed." Steve Gotti, games effed right now. We have no chance. Well, I mean, I don't know about no chance. There's always a possibility, but it's looking grim. Although some people don't think that way. Grim Fuller says Gordon can't hit a barn door, and we hope and we won't get many chances. Michael Mick says it's not about resting wolves. It's a tactic. Players who have speed can press, so I see it. Well, I just explained to you. If we had Isak, do you think he'd make that decision? Do you think he would have made the decision? I mean, no, he wouldn't. And if he did, trust me, he'd been crucified before the game. So that tactic doesn't work here. And plus, Voltemada, as you said, just tell him not to come lower. Not to come, too low, I guess. You stay right there where you're at. Follow the center backs. It's not really rocket science, man. And as a matter of fact, I think there's going to be an issue with Gordon trying to run is he's going to have to be fixated in the middle, instead of having the wide open lane on the left side. So,
I mean, the one thing that you're gonna get from Gordon, he's gonna want to impress because obviously he'll feel as though he's let the lads down to a degree for the sending off anyway against Liverpool. So you're going to get that high intensity. You're going to get a lot of running backwards and forwards and everything else. I have no issues with what he can give as an outlet. That is not a problem. My concern is what he does in front of the stick, because at the end of the day, that is what he's on the field of play for. He's to try and create opportunities. And like I said, biggest problem for me with all of our three at the minute, and again, I hope it changes today, but all of our three up front, as we speak, Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, and Elanga, tell me how much XG they have created, because they haven't. And that's what I said. For me, it's a massive gamble on Eddie Howe with putting this team out there, simply because there hasn't been enough clinical excellence in the final third for us to try and get something out of this game. So, like I said, it is a massive gamble. If it runs off, then I'll hold my hand up and say, you know what, it's a good job I'm sitting here as a YouTuber, as they've said in the chat, rather than a manager. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, you are, like I say, at the mercy of these boys just keeping hold of the ball. And it doesn't matter how fit you are. Trust me, when you're running after fresh air because you haven't got the ball, you'll tire a hell of a lot quicker than you will with the ball at your feet.
Cabbage Head was a manager too. Let me just remind people that. Geo Toon says, we need to do a huge upset. Please, please, please. How get your game tactics correct? Rugby, it's hilarious. If we win, it's great. Then if we lose, it's the wrong decision. Yeah, that's how it works, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how it works, yeah. Eddie makes the best decision he feels for the team. Yeah, he might feel right about it, but, it doesn't help that we can have an opinion. And if it goes wrong, he'll be wrong. Plain and simple. Ricky D, it's a worry when the game slows down and if we don't have a lead to defend. It says Ricky D. Well, we got to worry about how we're going to get the lead first before defending the lead. I'm optimistic we win, says GeoTune. Hugh Guys says, I don't see it. Whatever season Gordon is a 9, I just don't see it. Well, and that's pretty much the sentiment overall, really. Ads here says, let's just hope Gordon doesn't do anything too stupid like he did against Liverpool. Come on, the Tune. That's another thing, he's done it twice already in important games. So it's another thing to think about. Hopefully he won't do it again, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I'll tell you that much, because he is very eager to prove himself right, like you said. That can also be a detriment to
yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I mean, you can have all the will in the world to want to achieve and do the right things, but unfortunately, sometimes over enthusiasm can lead to a mistimed tackle. And again, people say he did that with Liverpool on purpose. I don't see that at all. I just see somebody who is hyped up, over eager to impress. And you can say he's trying to impress both benches, if you like, with him being a massive Liverpool fan and at one point being tasked to be moving in that direction. So maybe he's keeping the options open. But again, he's let himself down. He's let the rest of the team down. So today he comes into the side with a point to prove, I suppose. And to me, it's like I say, you are going to get the enthusiasm. You are going to get the hype. But it's the end product we want from him at the end of the day. That's what he's tasked to do in the side, end product. And it's the same with Harvey Barnes. Get your shooting boots on. Again, I'm not seeing enough of it. And Alanga, we deserve a decent game out of Alanga. And I hope, because of the way these guys play, it may suit Alanga and his style a lot better. And like I said, that could be the reasons why Eddie set this tactic up.
And just to remind people about the bench players for Newcastle United: Thompson, goalkeeper; Ramsdale, goalkeeper. 2 goalkeepers for Newcastle United in the Champions League opener. That's something that will be criticized as well, and I don't blame people that do that. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Hull, Butman, Chow, Kraft, Osula, Jacob Murphy, Voltamare, Willock, and Murphy, along with Miley, of course. Alex Murphy, along with Miley. So 2 Murphys on the bench, of course. Lewis Miley as well as an option for Newcastle United to come on. The usual 65 minutes, as we know, 65, 70 minutes for Eddie Howe to make a sub. Who do we see coming in? I mean, if we're losing, you would assume, what would he do? If we're losing the game by that time, 1-0, say, 1-0, we got to score, you would pull Voldemar, right?
Well, you have to, don't you? I mean, it's like I said, you're looking at Osula. What are you going to get from him? Is he a game changer? We saw, a flash of greatness, if you like, against Liverpool, where he'll try his best to get on the end of things. But for me, it's a case of, it's all about that delivery. It's that final ball in that final third that has been a little bit disappointing at the end of the day, at the start of this season. And it doesn't matter whether you're playing without a striker. And I know if you look back at all the games that we've played, not a win apart from the Wolves game, which was in the 4th game. The previous 3 games playing without a striker. you've still got to ask for quality within the box, within that final third. And it's something that Newcastle have been lacking dramatically. And like I say, a little bit of brilliance from Murphy against Wolves, probably the only thing, that you can really pinpoint and say, that was what we needed to see. A little bit of quality into the box. Now get on the end of it. And that is the other concern, because even if you get the quality into the box, have you got the height and pedigree for us to actually get anything aerially? And the one thing that Hansi Flick has been questioning literally the entirety while he's been at Newcastle is Newcastle are a big side, and that was one of his concerns, because that is an area where Barcelona haven't been brilliant in the past. They don't really command their defensive unit aerially. They deal with everything on the floor. And that's what I said. For me, it just gives you that added extra little bit of pressure when you start throwing decent quality balls into the box. Something I want to start seeing more of us do. And like I say, for me, I hope Anthony Gordon finds his feet today and gets a brace, hat-trick, 4. I don't care what it is. Comes off his ear roll, comes off his arse, comes off his shiny headband. I don't care. As long as he gets something towards goal of quality. Because again, if you don't work the goalkeeper, you might as well watch from the sidelines, because that is what you're tasked to do.
That is true. Players warming up, of course, at St. James's Park. We are watching them right now warm up over there. Mighty Win sent me a private message. I'm going to read it loud, though, in front of you. It says, it's certainly the plan to come to the match reaction, but seriously, I don't think I've ever been so angry when seeing the team sheet. A couple of journalists intimated that he wanted to be Bournemouth more than Barca. F me, man. So that's what Mighty Win has told me privately. He didn't tell me to put it live, by the way, but I'm doing it anyway because I want to expose him. But neither here nor there. Even if Mighty Win is a bedwetter right now, something has drastically changed. But then again, a victory will be enough for Toon fans to say he was correct. And quite honestly, I wouldn't blame them. So we will have to see. Rashford warming up with Barcelona, of course. Barcelona got a lot of good players. And in front of you, the starting 11 for the Culés will be Joan Garcia in goal. Araujo. I wish we would have gone for Araujo. 30 million is nothing for him.
Oh, yes.
Kovarci is in the starting lineup. Pedri, another really, really young jewel that plays proper football up front. Toon fan Lewandowski gutted to play against his boyhood club. But listen, the picture is there to back it. But certainly, I would assume this is going to be a fun game for him anyway. Rafinha, once upon a time we were linked with him. He's on screen right now, Mr. Rafinha from Brazil. And Rashford, England international. Certainly, he knows what it feels to score at St. James's Park for Man United. So that's something to take a look at. Lamine Yamal won't play, but trust me, Rashford is a proper player. And you got to be careful. Fermin Lopez, who we were linked with him as far as this window. Nothing happened, but that's a proper player as well. Gerard Martin, along with Frankie de Jong, really good player as well, international for Netherlands. And Jules Koundé, another Toon fan. He's been pictured with a Toon top before. So French international. I tell you what, Barcelona, a proper team, to say the least. So, who do you fear the most in this team?
Crikey, who don't I fear? I think I could answer that one a lot quicker. Like I said, Fermin for me, probably one of the best, if not the best player in that 10 slots. Dani Olmo, we looked at, we did all the XG last night. And again, when you look, they played Valencia the weekend and won 6. Lewandowski, Dani Olmo come off the bench and both scored 2 apiece, coming off the bench. And like I said, you've got to look at this team, and they can. There's too many winners. That's the problem. Rafinha, we know what he can do on the wing. He's electric. He can play left and right. Rashford, another one, prefers the left-hand side. But again, when we saw him at Villa on his loan spell, can play on the right-hand side and can be another game changer. Lewandowski, old head, a warrior, knows exactly where to run. I've got the Polish links with my missus. My best Polish player by a long shot. I absolutely love this kid. And again, you know, a fan of the black and white, and I would have absolutely loved to see him in a black and white shirt. So for me, if you look across that 4 line, there's a winner anywhere on the park. And that's, again, something that you've got to say. We've got to stop the creation from Barca. Martin down that left-hand side, he's the one that's going to do. He'll try and get Ilanga to drop further and further back because he likes to play really high. So he'll try and push on into the Rashford position. Rashford will come more centrally and play alongside Lewandowski. He'll give them that little bit of pace to try and run into the angles with Lewandowski again, the older statesman. He'll be the one who's got that cleverness, trying to draw players out from that central placement and give space for the likes of Rashford and Rafinha to run in behind. Firmin, again, you know, another player that just likes to go and sit and play alongside Lewandowski, and you'll get De Jong and Pedri, again, 2 really good players. I mean, Pedri for me, for the 6, again, a worldie. You know, he controls the play. He sees a pass before he even gets the ball to feet. They will go and make those numbers up, and they'll play in the 8 zones. And again, all of a sudden, the way Barcelona play is the pitch becomes very compressed centrally. And I drew the tram lines yesterday on the pitch because 9 times out of 10, they have between 7 and 9 bodies in between those 2 tracks. So again, they congest it, they try and win the ball back, and because of the high line and the way Hansi Flick has got them playing, and that's zonal defending, it's not man defending, it's zonal defending on the back track. They don't really care where the ball's going to. Obviously, if it's going direct for the towards goal, Garcia sits on the end of the D and he mops a lot of things up. But there has been occasions where Barcelona have looked very vulnerable on the counter. There was a couple of games that I watched this season where, you know, with a little bit more quality in front of goal, Barcelona could have well been on a loss rather than 3 wins and a draw. So it's like I said, they've had a little bit of luck. And your favourite saying at the moment about luck?
You can't count on luck, but luck counts, baby. That's
there you go. Fabulous. And that to me is what we need tonight. You know what I mean? You can't count on it. But if you get a little bit of luck today with a deflection or something like that, start really well because that'll just build the confidence. But again, it's what we do in that final third. We know what we can do in the defensive third and the midfield third. Probably our midfield is up there with the best in the world as we speak. J7's got to be on his toes again.
Yeah, everybody.
Play it simple. You know what I mean? And we need to start
100%.
seeing Tonali and Bruno just delivering a little bit more quality with the ball.
And all you got to do in the midfielders, everybody that gets across, just shoot. If you have an opportunity to shoot, be smart about it. Don't be hoofing it every time you see it. But you need to shoot. There's only one Bobby Robson chant outside of St. James's Park between Toon fans and Barcelona fans. There you go. Only one Bobby Robson, according to those scenes, certainly. So he did real well at Barcelona, real well at Newcastle United. Couldn't get a title, but either way, he tried his best, to say the least. He would have been happy to be on, of course, in this particular game. I'm assuming his family is in the stadium. I would assume so, just like Tino Asprilla, just like everybody else out there. And Tino Asprilla is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Tino, let's hear from Tino Asprilla. He is at St. James's Park. We don't see him there. There we go. Tino Asprilla in the building. Dressed to impress, Tino. I wonder what that would be. That's right above the benches. Would that be a particular private area, or maybe he's just going to one of the boxes? I'm not 100% sure. But it seems like that would be.
Yeah, I think he's probably just being ushered around to certain places to shake people's hands and things like that. I'd be surprised if he's not in a box or up with the CEO in the seats up there.
Yeah. True.
Like I say, he's going to be well loved there tonight because, like I say, he brings back so many
100%.
memories. I was just saying, I've just rewatched the game from '97. A fantastic game, and the atmosphere. I've just been listening to trying to watch in the background. It looks like the presenters, McCoist and the girls, are doing the interviewing in the stack, and they couldn't hear themselves talk. It was that raucous. So the atmosphere is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. Judge Beresford was at the game at the time in 1997. He'd tell us how and what he felt at the time. Let's take a listen at him.
But I'm not going to lie. We were 3-0 up and I'm thinking, how good is this? But in the last 15, 20 minutes, we got bad. We got hammered. They started, Della Penna started knocking it around. Stoichkiv was good. And also Rivaldo, he weren't bad either. And all of a sudden, they started to get the rhythm going. And they hit the bar. But I just remember, and it'll stick with me to my dying day, when that whistle went and the roof just came off. And as I say, and that's why it's so nice just to have these memories, but also the new memories are going to come tonight, and it's got the same feel as it was 28 years ago.
Interesting there when you go through all the players who played well in that last 20 minutes, and you didn't mention Luis Figo because, of course, you were marking him. He wasn't great.
Do you know what the funny thing is? He actually, from a footballer's point, and I know it's old school stuff, but I'm playing against him, and then the best thing from a fullback's point of view is when your winger swaps over. And so you think, well, no, he's not getting much joy out of me. And it was Enrique actually sort of came the other side. It was Luis Enrique, who's like manager of PSG. He came up, I knew he hadn't got the pace to do me, but all of a sudden I could relax a little bit more. But all of a sudden you have a different dilemma because he's passing it around you. But yeah, they were a phenomenal team at that time. But they caught us on the right night when it suited us. St James's Park was bouncing, which it will be tonight, and you feed off it. So I think some players can actually, it can overwhelm you sometimes at St James's. I've seen players do that. I've played with players that have, it's too much for them. If you embrace it and you go with it and you go part of it, it'll take you to another level.
There you go. Interesting. It can be a detriment at times because it can put a lot of pressure, I guess, to perform in front of these fans. So that's interesting. Certainly put pressure on the opposition players, I would assume. But at the end of the day, you still got to play. You still got to show up and play. And hopefully we can do that tonight. Let me remind people of the lineup for Newcastle United: Nick Pope, Trippier, Schär, Joe Linton, Tonali, Gordon, Barnes, Ilanga, Livramento, Byrne, and Bruno G to play the starting 11 for Newcastle United. For Barcelona, Joan Garcia, Araujo, Kubarsi, Pedri, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Rashford, Fermin Lopez, Gerard Martin, Frank de Jong, and Koundé. Jules Koundé for Barcelona. The atmosphere is going to be rocking, of course, and and that's one thing that we're always looking for. And that's why I got a dodgy stick, to be honest. I can't tell you what it is, but because on the American versions, you don't really get to see many of that. It's straightforward. No foreplay at all, kickoff. But as Tino Asprilla has said it, they feel it, they live it, they breathe it. The faith and passion. And with faith, he's seen giant, he said on that video, fall and crumble in front of the very eyes of Jordy Len. So right now, look at the flags right there going around and around from left to right. St. James's Park, it will erupt. Can the players use that into their advantage to win tonight? I think, again, like PSG, the PSG game, it will be, in my opinion, for us to win, it will be key for us to score first and throw that punch first. And basically, go grab the bull by the horns and go right at Barcelona, like we did against PSG. Look at that atmosphere, man. It's unbelievable. We can't show it to you, unfortunately, but man, it is unbelievable. If you're not watching it, the legal way to do it is obviously on TNT Sports. You can do that there and follow our live commentary. Follow us, react with us. Don't forget to smash the like button and help the channel grow as we live this match together, because that's what it is, isn't it? We're living it together. It will be an amazing atmosphere to say the least. Hopefully that's enough, though, for the players. Give them an extra oomph. The 12th man is in the building, to say the least. Look at that, man.
It's crazy. It is phenomenal. The way they do the flags and the presentation is absolutely unreal. Did you see the Barcelona coming up through the tunnel? Did I not send you that one?
The Barcelona video.
The Barcelona have done their own walking through the players' entry, onto the field of play, and just having a camera look around as if you were a player, and
I think we did
St James's Park. Beautiful.
I think we did show that, if I'm not mistaken. Just talking over it. But it wasn't. The stadium wasn't full of people. It was empty.
No, it was empty. Yeah. And like I said, they've got a lot of respect. And the other thing that gets me is and how beautiful it can be is when both fans can come together and be as one. Without any malice, without any harm being created, without any suspicion of something going wrong. You look at the Marseille match the other night; it's very, very different, where they're all scrapping in the streets. And I hope a lot of European sides watch some of the highlights that you've seen from outside of this ground, and hopefully it goes on to be the same elsewhere. Because, like I say, amazing support from both fans.
And players, of course, watching this will know what it is about St. James's Park. Quickly and swiftly, Newcastle United came up with an unbelievable promo for the Champions League. The rest of the games that we're going to be playing away. So let's take a watch at this. It was unbelievable.
Did you say Club 1892? The Geordie Juggernaut is on a European adventure. Travelling abroad? Well, don't worry. Club 1892 has you covered.
Come on a trip with me, Bruno. And me, Joe.
That's right, Mags. Fly the nest and let's go on the hunt for something shiny.
Club Tropicana. We'll be travelling to glamorous destinations such as
Paris, Brussels, Marseille, and Leverkusen.
Are you ready for Club 1892? Watch this space for exciting announcements.
Absolutely brilliant.
I never knew Leverkusen, there was nothing there. That's actually a shocker. There's really nothing there. So if you play for Leverkusen, there's absolutely nothing to see. I mean, that's kind of odd, isn't it? But that's the first time I ever heard of that. So, but regardless, those are the matches. We will be going away many times. And
did you receive the thing that I sent on the boardroom where somebody's done the meme castle of the singing Barcelona?
Let me see.
Oh, you're not seeing it yet? Oh, I tell you something now, mate. I was in absolute stitches. Somebody's done a mock-up of Freddie Mercury doing Barcelona, and I can't remember the opera.
Oh, we can't play the song there. We can't.
We can't play the song, but it is absolutely awesome the way they've done it.
Amazing.
And they've got Mad Dog dressed up as the opera singer,
walking out with that's good stuff. Fantastic. Good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. Help us out. This is an amazing game tonight. No matter what, we shall support the Toon. And we are just minutes away from kickoff. An amazing atmosphere that we will see, of course. Rafa Benitez also in the building with some controversial words at the Liverpool game, but he is at Newcastle as well to watch his former team play in this unbelievable game against Barcelona. He obviously will be 100% going for Newcastle United, not just for Newcastle United, but because he is a Real Madrid man. So he will never go for Barcelona, but he is in the building. Some fans have taken the picture with him. He is seen there. He was recorded saying that he's spoken with people in Newcastle. They terribly miss Isak. Certainly something that Toon fans don't want to hear, although, quite honestly, can you really blame that particular statement? Not really. I mean, anybody would miss Isak in this particular moment. But it is what it is. We move on, and we got Voltemara. But we got Voltemara and we don't play him. So there you go. That's kind of how the cookie crumbles in Newcastle upon time these days. Rebecca D says Freddie with that chubby Italian lady. I don't know nothing about Freddie Mercury, although other than I know he was a famous singer from England, but no clue at all. So this hour went quickly, says Yo Toon. Exactly. Stay with us. Enjoy the game with us. React with us. And listen, it will be either happiness or misery, but at least we're going to be watching it, reacting to it together tonight here on NUFC Talk TV. Don't forget, after this game, full time, we come with the match reaction. Whether we win or lose, we will be live. And Mighty Win, this match reaction might be legendary for Mighty Win. So stay tuned to that one. So there you go. The images are back at St. James. Look at that. Look at that. That is, what is that? It's a magpie with the emblem. It's a tifo there with the magpie. The flags left and right, black and white, a touch of gold. But man, this is that the AC/DC thunder lightning little?
It's like it's like it, isn't it? The way they've done it. Yeah,
there you go.
I mean,
and
like
of course,
I say, they really do a great job with the.
They do, man. Look at that. Those scenery in Newcastle. The magpie. What is that? Like a fridge? With the
it looks like an amplifier or something like that.
Oh, amplifier. Oh, there we go. So that makes a lot of sense. There you go.
Yeah.
2 amplifiers. It is kind of the AC/DC theme. They got the amplifiers. You got the lightning there. The fans are there. The kids, the barons, the old people. The lasses and the barons are in the tune right now. Wonderful, wonderful sceneries at St. James's Park. And, of course, when the Champions League song comes out, that's going to be amazing as well. That's what Newcastle United fans need to be used to. And
I love that one from Rebecca, look. AC/DC back in black and white. Love it.
That is right. Black. I love that. Big AC/DC fan here. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Pope, Fabian Cher, amongst the other players that we see, Tino Livramento, Harvey Barnes having a conversation. Then, although Joe Linton in the background, he has no friends at the moment. He knows nobody. He's like a bull who sees red or maybe blaugrana, and he will rush. The Hey Jude ringing at St. James's Park at the moment as the players are walking out.
Yeah, it's Nick Pope's 100th appearance today.
100th appearance. Let me test the goal button. There we go. It works.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get to use the goal button today. St. James's Park will never. Players might turn up or might not. But the fact of the matter is the 12 men will never not show up. And the Champions League music rings at St. James's Park in the Cathedral on the hill. Newcastle upon Tyne focused on one place right now. Look at this atmosphere. The Champions League back in Newcastle for Newcastle United. This game repeated itself 20 plus years ago with a lovable outcome. Hopefully tonight it will repeat. NUFC from side to side. The magpie in the middle. As we look at Barcelona, they're looking at the atmosphere. Jules Koundé, look at Frankie de Jong. He is admiring the sceneries. Araujo, being South America, knows about atmosphere. And I guarantee you, he hasn't felt this way at all since he's been in Europe. And as we look at the Toon players there, Kieran Trippier, all accustomed to all of this. Dan Burn, a Geordie lad, he knows what this is about. Joe Linton, you can see him seething at the moment. And of course, Anthony Gordon, the man that will be in charge of scoring Newcastle United's goal tonight. Hopefully he can be up for it. No matter agreeing or disagreeing with Voltemara not playing tonight, at the end of the day, we want Newcastle United to win, and we want Gordon to score 20 goals if possible. So here we go. The local hero now ringing at St. James's Park. Sandro Tonali will be massive, in my opinion.
I agree. I think the midfielders, when you look at, they've brought De Jong in to try and stabilise it alongside Pedri with Firmin just inside Lopez, just in front of them. So he'll be the one that pushes on, Pedri and De Jong are the ones that are going to be the battlers, the ones that are going to try and hold up the ball. And like I say, the beautiful thing about Barcelona is they play the game so easy. They play it so well. They play the way they're facing. They don't often try and do things spectacular, but they do like to switch play, especially left to right, with Martin looking for the likes of Rafinha. So, like I say, it's going to be an interesting battle. I understand why he's kept Trippier in. I know the lads was shouting for Hall to come back into the side. But again, Trippier being that little bit more wiser, longer in the tooth on events like tonight, hopefully, again, stabilises that back line, can push up into the 6, can sit with the 3 at the back, which allows Dan Burn then to go and marshal that left-hand side to free up Livramento going forward. So, again, Eddie's gone with virtually a similar setup to what we expected. And like I say, one of my favourite defenders plays for Barca, which is Araujo. Like I say, I think he's an outstanding talent as well. So, again, versatile defender, plays a centre-back, plays a right-back. Plenty really good feet. So again, interesting setup for me with Barca with this system. Outlets all over the park, and I just hope, like I say, we can just concentrate on our game and don't concentrate on their game, because that is how we beat Barcelona. Is by putting the press on, getting them under pressure on the ball. They make a mistake, they give us an outlet, and somebody have a shot, because at the end of the day, you're not always going to score. Yeah, you're not always going to score those fantastic goals. You know what I mean?
And here we go.
Here we go.
Ready for battle right now. Everybody focused on Newcastle United to win this game. Barcelona playing in a salmon pink outfit. And there we go. The Geordies made themselves available tonight. So we shall see. Kieran Trippier was telling his comrades what to do, what to expect. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have kicked off here at St. James's Park. The first half underway. It is the Champions League, the greatest tournament for club football. Bruno Guimaraes hoofing the ball. Araujo with the header. Bruno back trying to put the ball on the ground. Am I seeing Ilanga on the right? Yes, I am. It's going to be on the right. There we go. Gordon up front, of course. Harvey Barnes tries to get that one. But Jules Koundé will receive it. Playing back with Garcia. The pressure now from Newcastle United. Be careful. And here we go. The Toon is putting pressure now.
There we go. They've got the ball
And
away.
because we stole the ball away, Harvey Barnes, he's going to go down. The referee, play on. Jockey. Juegue.
Good
and
intent
this is
in
going
the
to
first minute.
Yeah. This is going to be, the pressure right now will be massive. We have to grab the bull by the horns, as they say. 1 minute going right now. The clock you see on your screen is exactly the time we're on right now. So you can sync with us and watch it. Lewandowski trying to get that one, but Trippier hoofing it. Ilanga trying to look for it. Bruno Guimaraes back with Trippier. Now Ilanga. Here we go. Barcelona back with the ball. Frankie de Jong playing with Rafinha. Rafinha looking for an option. Here we go. Be careful. Lopez there with something.
Yeah. I'm happy if Fermin does that all night. I'll tell you now.
But I'll tell you what, Fermin Lopez looking at this atmosphere says, man, I could have came here.
Yeah.
Oof. Hans-Dieter Flick is Barcelona's head coach. Didn't know much about Waldemar when he was asked about him, but to a German. Flick is German, right? He's German.
He is, yeah. He was in 23. He's the only national German coach to be sacked since 1926.
That's true. That is true. So we got a little bit of a foul here. Trippier will be taking care of this one. Livramento leaving it for Trippier. Trippier still in command of set pieces for Newcastle United. That can be questioned as well.
See something different rather than just lofting it in. But again, as we said, they were worried about the height in this Newcastle side. So
be careful. Dan Burn gets the ball. Ball into the box. Dan Burn is looking for it.
Come on, Dan.
Looking for the Barcelona clearance there. Tonali hoofing it.
Yeah, Rashford
almost there.
Quite comfortably. I mean, he's, like I say, you won't be daunted by this one at all. So.
Oh, there we go. Voltemara in for crimps. He wants to be ready. He'll be ready to go. No crimps, then eat.
Yeah, he needs to swallow some magnesium pills. That's what he needs.
I wonder if that would be illegal, though, when you get piss tested. So, let's just keep it for a banana. But then again, it will be potassium. So how do you test that? Anyway, here we go.
I think it's on. It's
be
on
careful.
Film
Look at the pressure now from
banana.
Newcastle United. Whoa! Be careful. Look at the pressure from the Toon. And that's going to be a throw. And then the Animals, the Geordies are up in the building. Look at that. They're in the building tonight.
They're on fire.
I mean, we don't celebrate goals here. That's just something. Look at that. Directing football as well. Move to the side. We celebrate tackles.
Yeah, 52,500.
It feels like 100
in there tonight. I mean, I'm going to say that's it. That's what we want. Just let them hit that ball early. Give it away. Come on.
Here we go. A throw in there for the Magpies.
Pull from
Jules
Koundé.
Koundé. He's trying to understand what he's living through right now at this moment. Frankie de Jong looking for an option. Tackling for the ball, Livramento. Rafinha trying to get through. Doing a little bit of trickery. Rafinha. Well done there by Bruno Guimaraes. Now Sandro Tonali. Tonali's going to lose the ball against Frankie de Jong. Be careful. Barcelona gives the ball back now to Livramento. Newcastle United in the midfield. Nice pass there now to Livramento, to Trippier. Kieran Trippier looking for an option. Elanga on the right side. Elanga gets through. Elanga with the pass back. Oh, Gordon! You wanker! What a chance for Anthony Gordon.
On the 6-yard box, man.
That is a fantastic dribble and pass by Elanga. Anthony Gordon.
Quality. He's got the steaming of him, hasn't he, Martin, all day long, if that's the case.
Oh, man. That is not good.
No, well, like I said, it's
again,
about building your confidence now. It's like I said, they know they can get behind, and that's a good thing.
Oh, again, come on.
So Koundé now has picked the ball up on the right back. He's played it back to Arujo. Into Kubasi and into Martin now. It goes down the line, looking for Rashford, who's being marshalled by Trippier really deep now down that touch line. Again, they decide to go long, and again, that's blocked by Anthony Gordon. It's out for a Barca throw-in deep in their own half.
There we go. Look at that. I mean, look at that. Look at how does he miss that, man?
Yeah, just completely air shot, isn't it? Just a complete air shot.
Oh, man. And that's a weird one. A throw-in now from Barcelona. 6 minutes underway. It feels like 20. Bruno Guimaraes stealing the ball back. Joe Linton. Joe Linton to Bruno. Bruno
go on,
to
go
Barnes.
On, Barnes!
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Was he offside? He was.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Man, you cannot miss that shot. Look at this pass right here. He was offside.
Look how disciplined Barca are, though, mate, on that line. Fucking hell. I mean, that is on the edge of their own penalty area, and they are all in a line. Nobody steps out. Phenomenal, the way they are set up for this offside.
And I tell you,
Jesus.
I mean, we are knackering Barcelona at the moment,
we are.
But it doesn't matter. The same thing was said about Liverpool. You have to score. And we didn't have a striker at the time. Now we do, but here we go. Elanga, well done there. Gordon stealing the ball back to Elanga. The pass doesn't get through. Trippier is going to look for it. And a throw in there for Newcastle United. Tino Asprilla there, animated about this game. The man that scored a hat-trick 20-plus years ago against the same team.
Well, we should beat them if they're that old.
There we go. Exactly. Here we go, ladies and gents. Araujo giving it back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton, Livramento. Now Newcastle United on the left side with Sandro Tonali. Tonali with the pass to Barnes. Well done by Koundé. That's going to be a throw-in. Quickly done to Dan Burn. Fabian Schär.
Certainly the setup where you get the inside right from Tino to try and help.
Here
and
we
support.
go.
Oh,
Look at
good,
that.
great give
Bippity
and
pop
go.
with it. Ooh, what a nice
too-
decent opportunity
weak.
there.
Yeah,
Harvey
again,
Barnes
too weak
though.
into that bottom corner. Good idea, but just really didn't get. I don't know whether he was trying to pass out to Alanga there or trying to shape one into the far corner because it was neither. You know, Rashford's on the chance here. Look, he's got
Yeah,
behind.
here we go. Be careful.
Trippier.
Rashford getting through. Rashford. He made a mess of it on that one, but
Yeah, drags it.
either
wide.
way.
But again, if Trippier goes that high, look at that. You can't get that close to Rashford. If you're going to go that high, you've got to stop the player. And
Trippier's not going to catch up.
Not going to catch him. And that's what I said. It's the gamble for if he goes that high. You might as well
he
just go
missed
to
that
the
one.
halfway line. Yeah, he totally dragged it. Go to the halfway line and let him pick the ball up because then when he faces you, you've got to. He's not going to really test you that much. So if you're going to go that high, you've got to be touch tight and stop him and create the foul.
Yeah.
Don't let him turn you because he's got far too much grass to run into if he beats you.
Here we go. A throw in now for the Magpies. 9 minutes underway at Newcastle United. Trippier. Seems like Eddie Howe is making some notes. He better start right and right quickly. Gordon. Getting low to find that ball. Dan Burn. Playing with Fabian Schär. Back to Nick Pope. Be careful. There we go. Well done there, Livramento now finding Joe Linton. Joe Linton. Pass doesn't get through. Frankie de Jong. Now Pedri. One of the first times we mentioned Pedri. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Rafinha. Tries to look for Koundé, but not good enough.
Yeah. And that's the difference. I mean, you look at how many bodies. I mean, they've got this like a luminous pink away strip on Barca tonight. And you can just see the amount of bodies that they try and have in the middle of the park for when that ball becomes free to challenge. And they always seem to have extra bodies. It's crazy, the work rate of Barcelona and what they get.
You see, though, the Barcelona's center backs don't gamble too much. They pretty much stay parallel to each other. They don't want to risk too much because they know Gordon and Ilanga will beat them. That's what I mean. Trippier
Zonal
obviously
defending, you see.
Yeah. There we go.
And
A throw.
that's what I said. They won't chase the player. They will not go anywhere near the player. They'll look for the danger areas and they'll mark the danger areas because they know for the opposition to score. And again, this is where Hansi Flick has really. I mean, when you look at what Hansi Flick's brought into Barcelona, it is literally just about stability. It's not about gambling. Yes, he still pushes bodies on, but it's all about being disciplined in your role within the team. So he gets the lads just to sit in that zonal marking spot and says, just defend the zone. That's the danger zone. Because if you do that, it limits the opportunities.
Now we have an issue with Livramento's down. Could be a head injury. He's down. Not sure what happened. What play? What play could it be? I don't remember it. But well, the good thing is Luis Miley should be ready if indeed we need to make a change. Yeah. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, after this game full time, we will be live with the match reaction with everything that comes out of this game. Hopefully with a Toon victory. But even if not, we will be live indeed. Either way, we don't hide. The Geordies in the building.
A lot of the combined scarves on show. Look, everybody's got a mascot for the game.
Shout out to my lovely wife Betsy in the chat. She's not feeling well. Hope that she gets to feeling better soon.
Yeah, get well soon, sweetheart.
Eddie Howe, Amanda has to figure out a lot of things right now. Bruno having a word there with the referee.
Oh, my daughter's had a little fall. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, no worries. The ball goes all the way to Garcia. Jules Koundé, marked heavily by Livramento. A throw in for Barcelona now. Barca fans all the way up in the top corner. Oh my goodness. They're going to get a nosebleed from up there. But either way. Away the lads, indeed, Geotoon. Christoph, shout out to you, mate. Appreciate you. Gordon. Ilanga gets through. Be careful. Trippier. Kieran Trippier has to shoot, man. Across there. Harvey Barnes in the box. Koundé on him. Barnes with the cross. And that's going to be a corner for Newcastle United. Man, but Trippier, you have to shoot, man. You have to shoot. Tonali finding Gordon. Ilanga gets through, but Trippier with the ball right there. It goes to Barnes, but of course Barnes, a very weak corner. We're playing well, Vincent. I agree with you, but we've seen this movie before. Not too long ago against Liverpool. We have to score. We have to get the points. Trippier. Gordon and Trippier with a very forced cross there. And that's going to be another corner. But, man, we got to do better than that. We've got to do better than that. It was a forced cross there that didn't even work out for Trippier. Here we go. Tonali. Trippier into the box, and Garcia clamps that ball. No issues there for Barcelona. Jules Koundé, French international, with Frankie de Jong. Proper midfielder, Frankie de Jong. Araujo now with the pass all the way to the left side for Barcelona. Rashford. Barcelona now back with the ball. Pedri, De Jong to the teenager Kubarsi. Frankie de Jong back to Kubarsi. Barcelona now with the ball. Newcastle United expectant at the moment. Eddie Howe's Black and White Army being chanted all over St. James's Park. We go, Fabian Scher gets that one out of the danger zone. Pedri. Oh, that was Gerard Martin. I apologize. Frankie de Jong. Jules Koundé. We'd love to see all these players for the Toon. Rafinha. Here we go. Well done there. By Fabian Schär. There's a man down for Barcelona. Rashford with the long pass inside. Well done there by Dan Burn, but be careful. The ball's still alive in Newcastle's box. Rafinha. Koundé. Now Frankie de Jong. De Jong. Kubarsi. And Barcelona now in charge of the ball. You can tell Newcastle United's players are a bit tired at the moment. We're not doing the same pressing as we did before.
Has it gone again? Yeah, my system's just crashed. I don't know why. Apologies there. Just waiting for Chris to redo. Anyway, Barca just on the edge of Newcastle's box now. Rafinha draws the ball in towards the back stick, and it's and Cunha tries to do a volley, and it's over the bar for a goal kick to Newcastle. But Lewandowski in with a challenge with Popey there on that back stick. Again, just gets a glancing header for it, which obviously just puts it off the punch of Pope, and Popey goes through the ball and the player, to be fair. So he wins it. And like I say, Lewandowski's just feeling his teeth, making sure he's still got them. Well done, Nicky Pope, because like I say, it would have been easier to take your eye off the ball there. So Fabian Schär with the goal kick. He goes long, looking for J7, which got time to chest the ball down, and again, De Jong just a bit too close for the referees liking, and gets a free kick to Newcastle on J7. Nice to see that J7's getting a little protection. Hansi Flick on the touchline, just struggling a little bit there. He's with a glared look towards the referee. Tonali now on the halfway line, gives it back to Schär. Schär out to Trippier. Trippier got time to have a touch, plays in Alanga down the line, into Bruno. Bruno now just on that right-hand side. Again, being jockeyed all the way by Martin there, not giving him an ounce of space. And Pedri. Again,
there we go.
Newcastle, you got it? Cool. With the throw in, it comes up into Gordon. Gordon now on the turn, and again, Gordon gets clattered from behind, and it's a free kick to by Kabasi, I think it was, who came through the back of Anthony Gordon. So free kick on the inside right position, Langer and Trippier, and Fabian Schär having a chat, and Schär just walking away now, having issued his instructions.
All right. A free kick there. It looks like Elanga. Will Elanga take it? I don't think Elanga will.
I just think the two of them are having a bit of a conflab, aren't they?
Yep. See, Newcastle seems a bit tired at the moment now. All of that pressing, takes a toll in the body. So I wonder what's next now. Some people in the chat saying that Newcastle would have scored already if we had Waldemar. I mean, that we'll never know that, but of course,
we'll never know.
It is the sentiment.
Again, another free kick. Well, the referee's trying his best to let this game go, but like I say, Barca, when they break, they certainly break with some meaning. And again, misdirected pass there from Harvey Barnes allows Rashford to get into the halfway line. And again, slightly misdirected ball, but well anticipated by Trippier running back on the angle. And he manages to get to the ball. And then, unfortunately, Barcelona take the player out. So long ball again. And again, just hoofed clear. But again, look at this one-on-one chasing here with Lewandowski and Tonali. Tonali asking questions to the referee. Again, just wise man, just letting the game go. Kunde into Arujo. Again, well anticipated from Dan Burn. Ball comes into the middle towards Bruno. Bruno leaves it to Tonali. Tonali sees a pass on to Alanga. Alanga now on the edge of the Barca box. Alanga goes in towards the box, and again, unsure of whether to come inside or go on the outside, and he does neither. And Martin's able to get that clear, but it's only come to Trippier, who has a touch in the air. And again, that header from Tonali is to nobody in particular, and it goes all the way back to Garcia in goal for Barca. So again, a lot of football being played in Barca's half, to be fair, and Barca purely looking for the breakaway goal. And again, Lewandowski able to win that one. The ball's fallen to Rafinha, though, who's playing now more centrally, plays the ball out to Rashford on the left-hand side of the box. Rashford gives it to Rafinha, deflected off Trippier, Joe Linton's trying to get it clear, but again, it's stuck under his feet a little bit. Deflected back to Rashford on that left-hand side. Pedri now with central. Gives it to De Jong, back to Pedri. And again, first touch. Look how far and how high Kabasi is. It's amazing how high these centre-backs go.
Well, the high line is real. That's why...
Oh, absolutely. It's
wingers,
so high, it's in our half. That's the problem. Anyway, Trippier wins the ball back from Rashford. He plays the ball down the line to Bruno towards the halfway line. Bruno's holding up the play. He's giving it to Elanga, who's got to run on here. Elanga running towards the Barcelona box. He drives the ball across to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, he's hit the target, but it's saved by Garcia. Great bit of football that from Newcastle, I must admit.
I mean,
and again,
too many opportunities now, man. I've seen this before, man.
Yeah, the opportunities are coming thick and fast, but they're just not being taken, unfortunately. Great break from Elanga down that right-hand side. Again, Bruno does fantastically well because Gordon was a yard offside. But then Gordon decides to leave it for Elanga. Elanga's got the pace to get right behind. I think that was Araujo and Kunda who eventually get back for Barca. But again, his shot was on target, but it was just down the chest of Garcia, who manages to get it out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
So long throw from Livramento. Going back old school now, Newcastle. Here we go. Thrown in towards J7, who gets the flick on. It's fallen to Shaw. And again, Barcelona just happy to get it clear. And Harvey Barnes, again, just picking that ball up. But the referees pulled the game all the way back from a foul on against Shaw. And Barcelona get the free kick on the edge of the box. You happy?
Yeah. Oh, man. Corner now for Barcelona then. And Kubarsi,
we are going to rue these chances if we ain't careful.
Well, I mean, but that's. We've seen this before, man. It's Liverpool not too long ago. This was it, and then we ended up suffering tremendously due to our act, And then, but at the time, we didn't have a striker, and we said we don't have a striker, so that's the issue. What is the excuse today? There we go. Fabian Schär now battling with Araujo. Araujo is going to have to play back now with Rashford. Here we go. And well, stolen there by Tino Livramento. Tino is going to get through. A tackle there. He goes down. The referee has blown the whistle. There's a man down. Bruno asking for something else. Well, Tino's taking up a beating tonight.
Yeah, Rashford again, sliding tackle. I mean, to be fair, he wins the ball and the ball ricochets back. And it's just his follow through, isn't it?
I don't know if I would consider that a foul, but I'll take it. I mean, it's...
I mean, like I say, gone are the days where referees don't see a decent challenge these days. They are right against the tackle. So you've got to stay on your feet. But that was a gilt-edged opportunity from. I
mean, you tell me, man. We have to score, man. You're not going to get better opportunities than the ones we've seen.
No, well, like I say, Liverpool in this first 26 minutes, it's all over again, isn't it?
I see Gavin Fuller in the chat. That's actually right. He's two assists Elanga could have had, so he must be gutted at the moment.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what we asked for Elanga, But you see, when you look at stats, you don't see that it was the the teammates who failed him. But Tonali's on the floor there.
Again, another foul on Tino. They're certainly highlighting Tino as the one to get at, aren't they?
Yeah. Hansi Flick.
He looks concerned, Hansi Flick, doesn't he? I mean, what do you think of those stats, though? 2 attempts on target for Newcastle. I mean, it feels a lot more than that, doesn't it?
No. Well, I mean...
And they've apparently had 3, and I can't remember.
Well, but remember, be careful. Elanga gets through, and he's reprimanding Joe Linton there. But like the Elanga with Gordon, that's not going to count on target because he totally missed it. But that was a clear opportunity. All he had to do is connect. The first opportunity that we had on the right side. So there we go. And Pedri now, but Joe Linton, that was not necessary, man. Oh, and a straight yellow card for Joe Linton. I mean, I just don't think that was a necessary foul there. He pulled his shirt back. Referee, clear yellow against Pedri. So I don't think that was a good option there for a foul. Yellow card for Joe Linton. 28 minutes and some change underway at St. James's Park. The atmosphere seems to be there, but when the team doesn't give the fans something to cheer about, you start getting a little quiet, just like any stadium in the world. So we're going to have to give the fans something to cheer about. And unfortunately, right now, all the possession has gone to Barcelona. Should be 3 for Gordon, says Brent. We are 28-51 right now. And Tonali there is searching for the ball. Frankie de Jong not liking that one. Here we go. Be careful. Barcelona diagonal ball. Dan Burn ready to get that one. Stretch. Oh, Tino Livramento gets the ball away. And now Rafinha. Rafinha's going to play it to Rashford, but well done there. Trippier, who doesn't give the ball away. There we go. Ilanga now on the right side. Ilanga. Gordon falls down. Here we go. Jules Koundé's going to give the ball back to Ilanga. Ilanga now looking for an option. Bruno Guimaraes. Back to Ilanga. Ilanga with the cross. Gordon. What the heck? Did Gordon miss that one? I don't know what happened there, but there we go. Harvey Barnes with a low cross into the box, and Garcia lays down and sleeps with that one. Man, oh man, my oh my. What is going on there? So the cross is interesting by Ilanga. Ilanga gets the ball back. This cross right here, let me look and see what happens. Bruno gets there. A pass back to Ilanga. Ilanga is going to cross. Oh, we don't get to see it. Be careful. Rashford now in the danger area for Newcastle United. Well done by Trippier to get the ball away from the former England teammate. And the ball goes back to Pedri. Be careful now. Barcelona outside the area, the box. Rashford, the cross in there. And Rafinha tries to head it. And the ball gets through. But we've got to be careful. I mean, I'm a little concerned, quite honestly. I mean, this game is, it might be 0-0, but this game is, well, it's giving us a lot to think about. Can we say that if Voltemade was in, what do you think in the comment section down below? Let me know. Could we say that if Voltemade was in, could he have scored the opportunities that Gordon has missed or Harvey Barnes has missed? I've had Harvey Barnes as a very clinical striker, so, or a winger, but tonight he has not seemed to be on his A game as far as scoring is concerned. Joe Linton battling with Frankie de Jong. Rafinha back to de Jong. Pedri. And now Jules Koundé. And that's going to be a foul. Play on, says the referee. And the referee, never mind, he says, let me get this one back. Blows the whistle against Lewandowski. Twice, Lewandowski says. Let's take a look at it. There could be a foul there. A little hump on the backside. 4 times, says Lewandowski. Dark Side of the Moon says, how many times has Gordon touched the ball? It's actually a fact, that I learned last night as I was watching Space Facts. The moon, we cannot see moon's backside. Here we go, ladies and gents. Newcastle United versus Barcelona, 32 minutes underway at St. James's Park, 0-0. As I said earlier, this game might be 0-0, but it's given us a lot to think about. And there's a man down. Is it Araujo? Araujo is down. Osula would have put one of those to bed, says Tino. Araujo is down. Maybe a hit to the stomach. There we go. Ooh, an elbow right into the lower stomach for Araujo. Didn't mean to trip you, but there we go. Man. It's died down a little bit, hasn't it? Boy, look at the stadium. I would love to have one of those famous Newcastle burgers at halftime. I'm starving right now. I'm not gonna lie. And but it is what it is. Maybe Betsy's listening. She'll bring me up some of her famous eggs and cottage cheese. But either way, we are here for this game that seems to be like Newcastle has just stepped back. They have an issue with this now. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Newcastle have just stepped back and tried to counter Barcelona instead of doing what we were doing earlier on. It only really lasted a good 20 minutes, and it seems like the players are knackered at the moment. Me too, Rebecca. Me too. Here we go. Frankie de Jong for Barcelona. Barcelona playing, as I said, in semi-pink. Back to Rashford. Barcelona now with the ball. 34 minutes underway. It looks like Newcastle is winning 2-0. We've got to be proactive, or maybe we don't want to risk it, but we did in the first half, so I don't understand it. Now be careful. Oh, Lewandowski now with the shot. Well done by Fabian Schär blocking that shot, that opportunity. But back to Rashford. Rashford with the cross. Lewandowski with the shot. But it's going back to Rashford. And now to Frankie de Jong. Pressure still on Newcastle United. Pedri looking for Rafinha. Be careful. Lewandowski with his left foot. Oh, Rafinha there with the shot. Man, oh man, my oh my. Newcastle United right now. I mean, some somber moments at the moment for Newcastle United. We are just expecting, I don't know what, to catch Barcelona on the counter, but we haven't stolen the ball at all to be able to do that. So I'm not sure what we're waiting on at the moment. Nevertheless, the Magpies in Barcelona 0-0 at the moment. Joe Linton. Harvey Barnes on the left side. Puts the ball in to Gordon, but nowhere near Gordon. Jules Koundé will let it out for a throw-in. My goodness, Tino says the midfield and defense have been brilliant for this. I don't know, man. The last 10 minutes haven't been my cup of tea, but that's going to be a throw-in for the Magpies. Tonali there. Pedri made a mistake, and we need somebody to energize this team. Tonali to Livramento. Tonali wanted to play quick, and we have to wait on Livramento to get it up again and waste time. Tonali wants to play quick. Tonali's mind is 24/7 running. And now we lose the ball. Be careful. Lewandowski now is going to be looking for an option. Looking for Rashford, maybe. No. Gives it back to Fermin Lopez. And now Pedri in the midfield for Barcelona. Back to Frankie de Jong. And Frankie de Jong, heavily marked by the one and only Sandro Tonali. Has to pass it back to Pedri. Pedri. Jules Koundé on the right side of the pitch. Dan Burn there with the hoof. Well done there by Burn. And now Jules Koundé back on the right side. Anthony Gordon not doing much there. Going from side to side. The fans, I tell you, will demand at halftime for Voldemare. Tino, okay, gotcha. Tino, this means as in let Barcelona settle into the game. Exactly. Barcelona are comfortable right now. Very comfortable. Rafinha. Back to Pedri. And now Kabarsi. Frankie de Jong again. Barcelona passing the ball to side to side. Looking for an open door. And be careful. Barcelona. This is Barcelona's game. Tiki-taka. You don't want to give him too much time to think. Rashford looking for an option. Well done there by Fabian Schär blocking that shot. Livramento now 1-on-1 against Jules Koundé. Did that ball get out? No, Koundé steals the ball from Livramento. The ball's going down to Fermin Lopez. Frankie de Jong. Bruno Guimaraes right on Frankie de Jong. Be careful. I don't want this to be a goal. Please don't let it happen. Rafinha now dribbling, zigzagging. That's going to be a foul. The referee will call it. Tonali's not happy about it. Bruno not happy either, and that's a dangerous foul for Barcelona right outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. This is looking dangerous now. I don't know if that's a foul. I mean, barely touching him on the back of the head, man. It's tough. They know now we can't score for Tuffy, so they can sit back and chill. Well, let me tell you something. I've been criticizing Tino Livramento's defensive efforts, and it happened against Wolves where he got done for really bad. And now, again, he's got to be careful. And here's a free kick for Rafinha. Rafinha will be the one, trust me. Rafinha and Pope. Rafinha! And the ball goes right above the crossbar. Not enough. Bent on it. Well, Barcelona trying, knocking on the door like a Jehovah's Witness. So we better be careful. Eddie Howe's Black and White Army ringing across St. James's Park, but at the end of the day, that's not going to be enough. 39 minutes underway. There we go. And not much right now. Barcelona settling in the game, and they're just passing the ball around from side to side. Not much from Newcastle. I don't know, Gary, but we have literally lost our spark this last 20-odd minutes of the first
apologies, everybody. I'm having technical issues here.
You're back now, so.
All of my network went down.
Here we go. Maybe a good option here. Harvey Barnes, Tino Livramento now on the left side. Livramento. Is that going to be a corner? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's not going to. It is a corner, isn't it? Come on now, referee.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It is going to be a corner. Maybe this could be an opportunity. If we had Walter Mata, that was 6'6" in the box to be able to do something, but maybe we shall not cry or spoil milk. Ilanga now taking care of this one. Interesting. Ilanga taking care of this corner. Everybody's got a man ready for a dance-off. Got their partner. Everybody grab your partners, and the referee will say, hold on, wait a minute. Araujo and Byrne. I'm not liking this this pairing here.
Yeah, Lewandowski's trying to bring the attention to somebody else. I don't know what's happening here.
There we go. Ilanga into the box. And Garcia's going to punch that one.
Again, just get it clear.
Trippier back to the danger area for Newcastle United. Joelinton, Fabian Schär doesn't want to play. Was he offside? Maybe so. Ilanga back into it. Fabian Schär with the low cross to nobody. And now Tino Livramento's going to have it. Tino already made a mistake, so you better be careful. There we go. Harvey Barnes. And what's going on? A flag goes up. Offside. I mean, the ball is not even moving quick. Why can't you stay on side, man?
Jesus Christ. He's just so poor. But even that, it's like I say, that final delivery, you know, I mean, who was he, even if he wasn't offside, that final ball from Harvey Barnes there, who was he directing it to? Because it wasn't to anybody per se. He was obviously thinking that J7 was going to do a run, and he didn't. And that's what I said. The difference between Newcastle at the minute and Barcelona, the amount of bodies that get in Newcastle's box, he has a chance.
Here we go.
Barca on the counter.
Barca on the counter. Tonali, well done, intercepting that one. And Joelinton now. Trippier looking for Ilanga. We need to utilize Ilanga more, actually.
Yeah, we do.
Here we go. Ilanga, 1-on-1. Back to Joelinton. And that's a poor cross. Gordon's going to get it, though. That's good. But let's see what he's going to do. Anthony Gordon now is a winger right now at the moment. With the cross, and see, there you go. Look at that. You get Gordon playing as a winger looks a lot more threatening than Harvey Barnes has this whole game.
Yep.
In that one play right there.
And that's why I said, I mean, if you're going to take Wolfie out the game, you can just throw Harvey Barnes through the middle. You know what I mean? Just say, go and play in the middle and really attack the fullbacks, because to me, the weakness is the fullback areas. You've seen Alanga get behind Martin a number of times, and it looks like, Gordon has Kunda in his pocket if he's allowed to play there. So for me, at the minute, we're letting Barcelona off really lightly on this left-hand side.
Across in there, Joe Linton. I thought it was going to, well,
Yeah,
at least
mate.
Joe Linton anyway. Livramento. Man, what are we doing, man?
Who's that to?
What, I mean, easiest catch for Garcia. Literally. This is practice for the goalkeeper, man.
Yep.
You know, come on.
And why is
Koundé now.
Harvey Barnes has gone central. He's gone to support. And again, it's an easy throw. Instead of just getting into your shape again and stopping Barcelona going forward, Harvey Barnes has gone central now, and J7 seems to have been over on this left-hand side. Again, it's a little bit disjointed back into this 4-5-1 formation that Eddie Howe loves.
Oh, man, that gets so frustrating, man. It's hard. It's hard to, it's crazy. It's hard to be a fan and commentating because you're so angry you don't want to talk.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I know.
But here we go. Frankie de Jong here, looking for somebody. Gerard Martin, back to Frankie de Jong. Back to Martin. And there we go. The Joe Linton gets the ball back. Joe Linton now to Bruno. Bruno gets through, but that's a foul. And Bruno is calling for something. Is that going to be a yellow card? Yes, it is. Yeah. I believe I saw something yellow, but it could be his shirt. Remember when referees, well, I don't know in football, but maybe so, but referees used to, well, in America, they always wear the black and white stripes, but did they not in football ever?
They used to wear black. It was just
okay.
All the teams couldn't wear dark colours at all.
Yeah. Because really, it's only Newcastle and a few others that wear black and white, so it couldn't be really a distraction, could it?
No.
But here we go. 5 gifted memberships from Mr. Random Access. Thank you very much indeed, buddy, for the 5 gifted memberships. They have gone to Rebecca, to Coin of Phrase. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca, I thought you were a member, but regardless, welcome. You've been a lovely watcher now as of recent late. I guess you subscribed late, so thank you very much indeed for joining us. Sophie B, as well as Joe Robinson and Kronos. There we go. So congrats to all of you, and please consider renewing your membership, the NTTV Plus tier, so you can enjoy everything that we put out for members. Everything you will be able to see. Everything on demand. So there you go.
That was quite.
What do you make of this? What do you make of this first half so far? It's about to be over. Hopefully 0-0.
Yeah, it's like I said. The longer the game's gone on, it looks, as though Barcelona was just settling in and they were creating that little bit of a press, overloading through the middle. As we know, they do. It seems to be a formidable way of play for Barca, just to get into that final third. Really push the bodies in here. We've got a long ball from Pope here. Let's just see what happens here. Chested down from Burn, but again, nothing again. And again, it was as if, again, it reminds us very much as the Liverpool play, all the huff and puff with no end products to see for it. And
well, here we go. Condé's down. Dan Burn has his 9 fingers up, 9.5, saying that he didn't do anything. The last thing you need right now. Oh, here we go. A yellow card in the 46th, 7th minute of the game. That's exactly what we need right now.
Yeah, and again, I think that was more for him talking. If I'm honest with you.
Yeah, but he got it right in the foot though.
Yeah, it was late.
I mean, you tell me what the necessity of doing that is this late.
That high up the field as well.
Yeah, high up the field. We need to stay concentrated.
Yeah, and again, that puts him under pressure for the other 45 that he's going to face. And again, these guys are very, very, cagey when it comes to highlighting individuals. And they do highlight individuals that are under stress because they know you can't leave the foot in. So let's just see what happens now with the likes of Dan Burn.
Well, it is a yellow nonetheless. No matter, the fans are booing, but it is a yellow. And now our center back with a yellow card in the game. He's not going to get subbed out, obviously. But, it's just, I don't know. It's amazing how we go from playing how we did in the first 20 minutes, and then you get, it looks like by decision we set back and gave Barcelona the ball.
Yeah, I think it's a known fact that Eddie Howe expects them to go out and go on that high intensity type of situation, and again, you know, they're not robots. We're not expecting them to be doing it for the full 45. And I think what you get with the lads is they go back into this 4-5 situation where they get a breather, they get 5 minutes. The biggest problem is against the likes of Barcelona is when you've been up, you know, you haven't punished them. So the chances of Barcelona then creating something, and to be fair, you know, Newcastle have done okay. They've probably been their own worst enemy at times because they've allowed Barcelona into certain pockets of the final third. You're always going to get opportunities for the opposition to come at you. We saw that with Wolves in the first minutes. You know, we're just not at the races, still trying to get ready. And it was the same, you know, watching that, it was like all huff and puff. Unfortunately, not really getting the end product that were probably deserved in the first 20 minutes. And again, you know, you have to question, have we got it right? Eddie Howe is certainly, we haven't been outplayed by Barcelona, but the longer the game goes on, like I say, the only team that seems to be looking more likely to get something out of this game is Barcelona, unfortunately, in that first half. So again, we need to come out in this second half with the intensity, show the you know, no mercy type of thing, and really get at them. And to be fair, you know, for me, our best player of that first half, the one who looked most dangerous, was probably Elanga. He certainly got the beating of Martin down that right hand side, left back, and we need more. You know, like I said, for me, I would start to say I'd probably just waste Harvey Barnes in the middle for another 10, 15 minutes, throw Anthony Gordon out on that left-hand side and try and get in at Kunda, especially now he's had a wrap around the ankle.
I wouldn't though, man. I wouldn't wait. I would put him at halftime, Walter Mate and Gordon on the left, and exploit the wing. That was to me the key for this game. I thought that's what we were going to do. We haven't done that. Only tried Elanga a couple of times on the right, but not, you know, I think he's been the most explosive player. Gets through almost every time, and we need to keep doing that. You know, if you add Gordon on the left, you're going to add. We're not going to be predictable. So, and Voltemade in there to score, man. We don't need to look for the fifth leg on a cat, man. It's pretty simple. So, you know, hopefully we can make. I don't think that Eddie Howe is going to make any changes at halftime, though. I've probably seen him once or twice ever do that. So we're going to have this lineup, I think, for another 15 minutes. So we shall see. Let us know in the chat what you think of this whole game right now. Yes, Queen of Heart, Eddie Howe. Dan Barron was booked with a yellow there at the end, and that's something to think about as well. You know, center back with a yellow, no good in this type of games. So we hope that Barron will keep his composure for the rest. Yeah, that's something to think about. I'll be right back though.
Yeah. Okay, mate. I didn't see the J7 booking. So I have no idea what happened there because, like I say, my network went down on me, and apologies because I am still stuttering a little bit in the background there. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. An elite manager would now put Big Nick on, but unfortunately Eddie will not change it. Poor team selection and in-game management, says Doc. We are toothless up front, says Geo Toon. I think Wolfie would at least kick the ball in that Gordon chance. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you know, we are hypothetical in that scenario. But what you do get is obviously somebody who, again, we're talking about a player who's, for me, bereft of confidence at the minute, and you're playing him out of position, and it doesn't matter, you know, what you say about Anthony Gordon. The opportunities have been there, and again, you know, air shots from the 6-yard box. It just doesn't do your confidence any good whatsoever. So for me, it's a case of, you know, the opportunities ain't going to come thick and fast in the second half against Barcelona. And while you've got the beatings of players when it comes to Elanga, who you know, for me was probably one of the highlights. We've had some good play. We've had some really good play. And, you know, I look at J7. What does he give us? Again, you talk about that breaking up in midfield. I find some of his touches are awful, trying to link up that midfield play into the attacking zone. So again, it's about having a little bit more composure. And again, with Barcelona having this high line, we've got every opportunity to go ahead and get something from this game. You can see we can get behind them. It's not hard, but they are well disciplined. They are well drilled when it comes to the offside line. Like I said, Hansi Flick gives them this 5-foot blooming, board, and he plays everybody, and he wants them to keep replaying it until they get it bang on. And again, even on the edge of their own 18-yard box, it seems very much drilled into them that they stay in line, they don't move from that. So for us, again, it's all about timing. We need players deep from running from deep. It's about having the opportunities, having the balls. I haven't seen Bruno really get into the final third. I haven't seen Tonali get into the final third. J7, yes, but he doesn't give us anything different. And again, it's just that little bit of poor quality I find in that final third that hasn't really helped us achieve a goal. And again, you look at the chances; it doesn't scream massive, but we've certainly had the opportunities to get something from this.
Connor says Howe keeps selecting Gordon up front, so all down to him. Well, it is what it is. I mean, he's the one that selects them, so if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well, and he's going to have to be held accountable for it. Armeet Singh says Walter Botman needs to come on. Botman for who? I mean,
you could take Burn off now, couldn't you, if you wanted to? If you didn't.
Well, that's right. If you wanted to do it, but I highly doubt. That Eddie Howe will take Burn out. That's could be a wishful thinking, but he's just going to have to be smart. I do want to see Malik Chiao though at some point. I don't know about tonight, but at some point I want to see him. We'll go with some comments here. Jay, our wingers should not be running. They should be able to clinically finish scoring. Well, I mean, we're looking at the possibilities. He did this one right here by Gordon. Look at this. I mean,
does everything right. Does everything right, but then his actual. If you look at his standing foot, actually comes off the floor when he goes to strike it. So the balance is not there, And like I said, that to me is a player totally, bereft of any confidence whatsoever. And this one here, look, Bruno right here, does absolutely fantastically well there. And this is a perfect ball from Malanga.
Oh, and Harvey Barnes just, I mean, he strikes it, but
unfortunately, straight down the keeper's throat, isn't it?
Straight down the keeper, yeah. I mean, he's going to catch that one every time or block it every time. More comments here. Ali, J7's been very poor. I mean, J7 is made himself available. Unfortunately, he's done nothing. I mean, just because you touch the ball doesn't mean you're playing good. Just because the commentator announces you doesn't mean you're playing good. So look at this pressure right here. We were doing fine with the pressing, but then we gave that up. We get intentionally, by the way. It's not like Barcelona. I've seen Barcelona, with the ball almost like they didn't, they were also just holding back, just have the ball, passing it to side to side, but it's not really anything much from it. But if you give Barcelona the ball, eventually they will figure it out. That's their game, So we got to be able to do what we've been doing in the first 20 minutes or so, which is catch them on the counter, exploit our wingers. That's what should have been the method of beating Barcelona tonight. But unfortunately, when you put Gordon on as up front, it's not going to happen, no matter how you're going to look at it. Dr. Abuesa says Gordon has been our worst player. Brent, why is he focused on J7 with Gordon up front? Says Brent. There we go. Sandro done now all night. I'm not going to go far as say that. I think Sandro has played well. Bruno a little bit less than Sandro, but Bruno has created opportunities as well for Ilanga, which have been really good. So I'm going to say that both are playing decent. But then again, we always go back to finishing the plays. If we finish today's plays, we're 2-0 up, no doubt about it. And we're having a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, people say, you know, Tonali's not having a great game. I think the job that Eddie Howe has tasked him to do is to stop Barcelona creating, you know. And again, what you've seen is limitations for both Bruno and Tonali to get further forward up the field, to be more of a creative issue. We've seen him in the half zones, if you like, Bruno. But again, Tonali only gets forward when he's got ball to feet and he's trying to run away from the danger areas. And again, you talk about creativity. I think, fortunately, because of the lack of players within that midfield, we restrict our two probably most technically gifted players from developing play further forward. The way Barcelona have done, you know, they get into that final third, seem really comfortable on the ball. And to be fair, like I said, Newcastle have done really well to defend it. And like I say, we did take the foot off the gas after 30 minutes because, like I said, no, I don't think any team in the world can do the intensity for the full 45. So they probably deserve the breather. The biggest concern is, you know, it's the Liverpool haunting me again scenario. Because
exactly.
If you don't score, like I say, they only have to hit the onion sack once, and that puts more pressure on the players.
Oh, it's over.
Unfortunately, haven't done it.
It's over then. If Barcelona score, and quite honestly, it would be they would be scoring without even trying at this point, and it would be so. I mean, it would be Liverpool all over again, as you said. So, Brent, Gordon cost a serious opportunity. Walter Body puts that ball 9 times out of 10. I mean, I have to agree. Now, you know, you could say this is an opportunistic type statement, but you know, I mean, we have a basis to say that. We have a basis to say that. He's a center forward, a tapping. Gordon looked lost on that one. And again, it obviously doesn't help his cause either, you know, because as soon as he misses that one, I guarantee you everybody in the stadium was like, here we go. You know, chance after chance after chance, and we don't put him in. Scott Edwards here, Ramsey for Joe Linton, can see him getting sent off. Well,
yeah, I didn't see the J7.
Well, Ramsey is Ramsey. The J7, he literally midfield again. He literally grabbed Pedri's shirt. Pedri went down. You know, Pedri was running towards our end, but it wasn't a counter attack. It was literally he just had the ball. He got past Joe Linton. Joe Linton grabbed him by the collar and yellow card.
Right.
So again, 2 yellows there that I don't think we should have had. But you know, and you wonder, you know, this comes from players that are supposed to know better.
Yeah.
You tell me Luis Miley's doing that, or Livramento, which Livramento got done again, by the way, tonight with Rafinha, was it? Or Koundé, maybe. I can't remember now. You know, there's some minor deficiencies there, of course, but I don't know. We got to turn it around. Hopefully Eddie Howe will make a change. But then again, do you put your money on that? I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend that to anybody. We got a video here from the mighty Win, who is going to the bog, and hopefully he's not showing us anything that we don't want to see. But here we go. Mighty Win at halftime. Halftime report with the Mighty Win.
Halftime thoughts. Well, has he done it? Has he done it? Where's Harvey Barnes' stepdad? My God Almighty.
He's coming at me.
Second half can prove us all wrong. But right now, it would appear that Eddie knows more than all of us put together.
What?
And by the way, Harvey Barnes is pants. It's only half time, so time will tell. But let's see what and when substitutes he makes. Because that first half was more than I ever imagined. Fantastic. If only one had somebody else, if only had one more there instead of Barnes. But that's football for you.
Vote the man instead of Liverpool vote. You gonna put
You're
Voltemade?
knackered.
We're gonna put Voltemade as a winger. What is he talking about, man?
I have no idea.
Man. I mean, he is truly knackered. Win. I mean, are you kidding me? Gordon was pants. Harvey Barnes was pants as well. He's coming at me for defending him. I have not defended Barnes at all. I criticize him. I have criticized him most of the time this season because he's utterly rubbish. And but he knows. He's praising Eddie Howe for decisions that he's made. What game is he watching, man? Voltemade, and you would assume he would score. And Gordon has been horrific. So, I mean, PDK has just a good warning. Kids, don't drink. Don't start that, man, because you're gonna end up like Win, completely knackered. Win is off his nut. He had 6 pints. Oh yeah, I mean, it's just. I don't know what's going on in the Toon. What is going on with the water in the Toon right now, man? Don't tell me the fans are this deluded. But I
mean,
either way,
Anti Flick was talking about us aerially, and I've just been having a little bit of a general look at the stats, and obviously they've won a lot more, 60% to our 40 in the air. Aerial duels 15 each. So again, they have been the successor, if you like, and this is what we were saying, wasn't it? When you look at distribution, you've still got to put the ball in the right zones for it to be worthy of class it as being part and parcel of a duel, if you like. So I don't always look at this stuff as being legit, but the one thing that does get me is the fact that they've had 9 shots with only 1 on target. We've had 3 shots with 2 on target. So when you look at their 9 shots, a lot of them have been blocked, so don't worry about that. There's a lot of stuff being blocked, and we've just started again by the looks of it. And
yep. Second half underway. Old school or new school actually. It was a new thing going on now. And had to be done twice, according to the referee here. Second half underway, ladies and gents.
Hasn't blown his whistle. Does he try it again?
Yeah, no. We're on now. 45 minutes and 30 seconds underway right now. Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe's what is it? What is Eddie Howe? Eddie Howe's saying something. No changes, of course. So, second half underway. Smash the like button, people. Here we go. Might be a throw in there for Newcastle United. Yes, it is.
Trippier. Much better from Trippier. Again, you see how touch tight he was. Doesn't allow him to turn when he gets that eye up the field.
Another throw in. Well, that's poor right there.
Yeah, give and go with Tonali didn't work.
And here we go. Garcia. See, there we go. Now see a little bit of pressure there. Dan Burn. Well done there by the big lad. They're playing headers now.
Yeah, come on now.
There we go. Liverento on the run. Well done there now. Harvey Barnes with his left foot. That's going to be a corner for the Magpies.
Great. That's what I want. I can't understand why Elanga's coming across for these. When you've got Tonali, who's absolutely superb at dead balls, and we've got Elanga now taking the crosses. So again, this is something that has been worked on. And maybe it's the fact that by putting Tonali out there, we lose the person who can shoot from the edge of the box.
A corner now for Newcastle United. 47 minutes. Second half is underway. Elanga, the man in charge. Corner into the box. Then Burn looking for. Ooh, that was a good J7 flick there by J7. But you know J7. Man, that was too close for comfort. So close yet so far.
Gets the flick on, but again, just not enough on it to direct it towards goal. Just a little bit too light. And it goes flying past the post.
Too close for comfort. Here we go, Newcastle United with the press in one. Oh, that's going to be a handball, though. Must be. Oh, no. Play on. Jockey, says the referee. Be careful, Harry Barnes. Barnes with a shot. Well done there by Araujo. And now back to Livermento. Livermento's going to look probably for Joe Linton. That's going to be a throw-in off Jules Koundé.
the Chronicle have labelled Trippier as being fantastic in that first half.
Well, I mean,
he's not been bad.
It could be, but not really much.
I wouldn't say fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that's probably taking it to that next level, isn't it? Fantastic.
A long throw in now for Tino Livramento. We've seen this before. Byrne with the flick. Gordon looking for an option, and Byrne is Shaw is looking for a handball maybe. Garcia now with the long hoof. And Nick Pope back with the ball. Kieran Trippier. Tonali. Ilanga. Tonali now with the ball. Here we go. Sandro Tonali. Pippity Pappity Tonali making Ilanga wanted it before. Tonali.
1 touch too many.
There we go. Gonna have to pick it up now, Garcia. Who's gonna look for Jules Koundé. Go. Fermin Lopez. Heavily guarded by Tonali.
That's quality that is again from Tonali, because again, Dan Burn was out of position for a second.
Sandro, ole. Ringing around St. James's Park. Rafinha. Pedri. Lopez. Lewandowski. Be careful. Oh, now no. Rashford. The deflection.
Great deflection.
My goodness. There's somebody down. A shot off Shar's head. Or face, more or less.
But how easy was that then?
Oh, my goodness. That was a good tackle, though. Oof.
Yeah, he does. He gets it straight on the side.
Right into the noggin.
Yeah.
Mercy. Point blank range. That could have been, that could be dangerous for Bashar. But what do you think? I mean, good 10 minutes back to the early ways.
It's like I said, it's when you look at the way they build up, it's like bodies all the time, the extra shirts. And it's composure in the final third. And like you've just seen there, it was nutmegs, purposely, where Lewandowski's just trying to run the ball through into the channel for those light runners to get, to come into play. And again, it's Fermin just making a light run from deep into the 6-yard box or towards the 6-yard box. Great challenge in to stop him on that one. And then again, great block, putting your body on the line to stop Rashford's shot going on target. So, absolutely superb for what you're doing. But again, it's just far too easy for Barcelona to commit bodies forward. And we just seem sometimes when we're at that intensity, that the way we play on that pace constantly, the composure side of it also becomes raced, if that makes sense. You get to that point where everything is rushed. So where you get the game is to be rushed and then just relax when you've got the ball. What we seem to do is continue that mentality of pace. The touches then become a little bit heavy. The passes then become a little bit wayward. And before you know it, you've given the ball back to Barcelona. And I think, again, it's all about composure.
It seems like Fabian Schär is going to have to come out. He seems a bit confused. Of course, Malik Thiaw and Botman warming up for Newcastle United. Which one will it be? We shall see if indeed Schär will come off. I tell you what, we don't have no time to waste on confused players at the moment. So, Rafa Benitez last night at Enfield and today at St. James's Park. Also, we were seeing Voltemara drinking substance there, maybe to get him ready for what's to come. Here we go. Ilanga, well done there. Getting the ball, well done, but he gives the ball back to Pedri. And now Jules Koundé, who also plays center back for Barcelona. Barcelona has scored in the last 40 games. My goodness.
Just had a message from Connor, and he's thrown me a little sentence saying, a stat, our XG from the front three is the worst than any other forward line outside the bottom three. There you go.
Wow. And we put Gordon there.
Yep.
Yeah. What's Voltemara's XG in the Premier League so far?
I haven't seen that one yet. I will look at it because, like I say...
Okay. Well, there we go. Ilanga is through. Ilanga. Anthony Ilanga, nobody home, though,
Well
to
done.
receive anything. Here we go, Joe Linton. The ball's going to go to Bruno Guimaraes, but Barcelona gets the ball back. Joe Linton, Newcastle now get the ball back. Ah, my goodness. And
you're having technical difficulties as well. Again, I'm a little bit behind Chris on my TV, so I'm going to go.
I got you right here.
You got it? You're back on?
Yeah, I'm good.
Ball across from J7 again to Bruno was poor. Yeah, he gets the ball back. He feeds in Ilanga, who dinks it towards the back post, just over Gordon's head. And again, Kunda just heads it clear. It's come out to Trippier, who dinks it into Bruno. Bruno on the edge of the box now, comes onto his left foot, plays it back towards Tonali, who has a shot, but unfortunately straight down the throat of Garcia, who claims it in the air, no problem. Tonali just asking there for a handball, with that glance to hand on the way through. I'm not sure he did, if I'm honest.
There we go. We're back now.
Like I say, you're a bit further forward than me. Barcelona on the slow tempo again, just trying to build up from the back. Again, high back line.
Lord have mercy. Here we go. Barcelona now back with the ball. Rashford back with, thank goodness he crossed like that.
Yep, that's what I said. That's the composure of an Englishman.
And says, so frustrating. Come on, Eddie, bring Walter Mate on. So Tuchel watching this game, of course. I'm assuming watching Rashford and Gordon. And I tell you what, Gordon is not making a case for himself tonight. But again, he's not playing where he's supposed to. So
there is that as well. He's leaving it now.
Hope it's going to take care of this one.
Maybe Fabian Schär's still seeing butterflies floating around his head.
True. Rebecca told me my magic hat is not working. Well, it's only so much I can do.
There is. I mean, at this point, you'd got to ask yourself, would you settle for a point?
It wouldn't be bad. No, it wouldn't be bad.
It wouldn't be a bad result. He has a chance here.
Oh, nice ball there, all the way to Dan Byrne. I mean, sorry, Dan Byrne, Harvey Barnes. My goodness, what am I saying? Well, he crossed that one like Dan Byrne, though. Harvey Barnes. Again, back to Livramento. Is Livramento going to get? That's going to be a corner. Well done day by Tino.
Yeah.
Off Koundé.
Corner.
Look at the little boy.
Yeah, with his hat. Fabulous.
A corner now for Newcastle United. Matt Dog and Eddie Howe thinking on what they can do. Ilanga now. Trippier will be the one. I wonder how that happens.
Well, obviously they've obviously worked on certain things, and if they want to aim for just underneath the goalkeeper type of side, they'll have one player who can deliver that type of ball for a percentage of time.
There we go. Dan Byrne.
Oh.
And that's
just a bit too high.
A little bit too high for him. Yeah. So we go. So I guess if Trippier, now Barcelona knows if Trippier goes for it, they're going for Dan Byrne.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looked like they were just going to, and that was more of a driven one. And unfortunately, Dan Byrne had just stepped inside a little bit too much, and the ball just glanced off the top of his head.
Queen of Hearts says subs need to be made soon. Tino need to sub out Barnes now. Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, stolen by Fermin Lopez. Koundé now on the right side of the pitch for Barcelona. And Rafinha 101. Byrne gets done. Rafinha.
Too easy that was.
Rafinha.
Look at the bodies again. They get into the box. Barca so quickly. 2-1-2 it was there, the break.
Frankie de Jong. Jules Koundé now on the right side. And that's going to...
Oh, fucking hell.
And Rashford. And here we go.
Exactly what we were saying. It's just a matter of time.
Who was guarding him? by him. I mean, no guarding whatsoever. I mean, he had somebody next to him.
Yeah, right. On
That's
the
somebody,
penalty
is
spot.
that Joe
I think
Linton?
that was Fabian Schär.
Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär is lost and confused, man.
It literally just steps off, and it's the pace on the ball from Kunde who just literally delivers it in.
Look at that.
He just steps in.
Look. What is Schär doing? What is Schär doing?
Schär's touch
He
tight
touches
there,
him.
but then he just steps off, look, and then that's it. That step away just allows him that yard of space to just throw a head at it and directs it past.
I mean,
it's just too simple, to be fair. He should never have got that amount of space in the penalty box on the penalty spot.
I mean, come on, man.
It was just the shape of the ball, just moving away from Popey all the time.
It's not good enough, man. It's just not good enough. And of course,
this is what we were saying. It reminds me so much of the Liverpool game, and it's turning out to be just that. It's
just
like I said, you are having all of the play, and again, you're just failing at the.
Here we go. Be careful now, because Rafinha, Barcelona is coming in bunches. Rashford. Back to Lopez. Lopez and the deflection there.
Is that Fabian Schär again? Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. And now we're gonna make subs.
Now we make subs.
And now we're gonna make subs. Of course we are.
Yeah. React.
And Voltemara is coming on, by the way.
Proact.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Now Voltemara, you gotta score now, buddy. You gotta save our arse right now. Joe Willett coming on and Murphy coming on. Bullocks, man.
Yeah. Okay, now. Here we go. Rashford with the corner.
A corner.
Into the
There we go.
Post.
And Fabian Schär.
Clear from Schär.
Back to
Again,
Rashford.
we've got 2-1 here for Elanga, and it's just easy for Barcelona to push that ball into the box again. Kunde.
There we go. On the run now.
It's
That
just
poor pass
directed
there.
again. But look how far Garcia is as that sweeper keeper.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. They play with a 1-4, and that's why it was a bit confusing for everybody when I was saying it. But he literally is an extra defender at the back line there, Garcia. He's that far forward. Again, you've always got the option to try and beat him with the long shots. You know what I mean? It's a gamble for a keeper to do that.
Yeah, Fabian Schär.
We
know this, man. We know that Fabian Schär is not good. We know that Schär is not good, man.
Trouble
He's
is,
still
though,
playing.
You know, this is this Schär who screwed up just making an excuse?
Malik Xiao coming in now. But look, man, you know, the medic too, man. The dude is confused.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when the referee told him he had to come out, he didn't know what he said. He told him, what? Oh, come out. Okay. You know, and that's the guy guarding Rashford by himself with the header. We are a reactive club, man, and I'm just sick of it, man. These tactics are always reactive, and it's not an opportunistic, you know, way that I'm coming out and saying this now because we're losing. No, we said it before the game. Before the game. Well, hopefully something can happen here and we can equalize. That's all I asked for, really, by the way. Let's equalize. I don't want to do the Liverpool again and lose 2-1 at the end. Let's just equalize.
All right, okay. Voltemada. Here we go. Willock's in.
Scotty says 60 minutes like clockwork, man. I love Eddie, but come on, too reactive. Malik Xiao, Harry Barnes, Joe Linton, Barnes, Elanga out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The hell is going on here now, man? I swear. And Elanga's shocked right now.
Yeah, he looks.
Elanga is knackered. And look at Elanga, man. Look, Elanga wants to. What the hell? Elanga's the only threat all game we've had.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're looking at a bit of quality into the box. I understand the logic behind it, but you know, you've got to ask yourself:
true.
What you when you've got a threat on the park? Why not just you're 1-0 down? You might as well go and lose 3-0. You know what I mean? And have a go.
Yeah.
And leave Elanga through the middle type of thing, because you know you haven't got pace with Voltemada. If you put Elanga in there and just play this 4-2, maybe even a 4-3-3, and say to Anthony Gordon, just play a little bit deeper on that left-hand side and be the half player.
Well, here we go. Hopefully we can manage to equalize. That's all I care about at the moment. And again, trust me, if we do equalize, they're going to say, you see, Eddie Howe knows best. Fuck all, man.
Strange one.
Anyways.
Another heavy push into the back of Anthony Gordon.
Hey, James Cuff, you say, I don't get this fan base sometimes. Stop getting on about the fan base, man. Talk about the team. That's what you need to be criticizing, not the fan base. What the fan base doing? We're not doing anything. It's the team and the manager, man. They're the ones that actually change the score.
Ball as well.
Not us.
That's a poor delivery. It was that Trippier again. Straight into the arms of Garcia.
Anyway, Voltemada there pressing Frankie de Jong, Jules Koundé with the long pass there to Rafinha. Rafinha, Livramento on Rafinha. Rafinha gets through. Koundé back to Rafinha. Well done, the Livramento in the area. Gordon lackadaisical lets Frankie de Jong get the ball. Frankie de Jong with the cross. Lewandowski. Well done by Malik Thiaw there. And Pedri. Rashford.
Playing with a little bit of bounce in their souls now, Barca, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it's like I say, it's keep ball, even though they've already had 60% of the ball before they've even scored. So you can imagine what it's going to be like now. We are literally just going to be running around for, what's the referee doing? Move out the right one. Yeah, I'm going to say, Pedri's having a right go.
Pedri's telling him.
Yeah. Get out me way.
Yeah,
we're going to unfortunately see Barca play football the way it's supposed to be played, with composure.
Yeah, there we go. Tonali, well done there to deliver to Bruno. Bruno alone, really. And that's going to be a throw-in.
Chow. Gives it back to Pope.
Chow. Yeah.
Out to Dan Burn, who again gets closed down really quickly by Rafinha, and luckily he goes out for a throw-in. Not really going to have much chance of dawdling on the ball with the Barcelona front line, to be fair. They will be on you, so if you dawdle, you have every chance of being tackled. Tino with the throw-in, deep inside the Newcastle half. He goes down the line. Again, looking for Willock. The ball bounces up and it's straight back to Barcelona, and it's just cleared, to be fair. Long. Again, it's under Dan Burn, who's getting hassled by Lewandowski. And again, it's cleared by Newcastle, but again, it's headed straight back in. And Rashford tries to feed Lewandowski there. It's Rashford now, just on the central. Rashford with a shot. Goal.
Fuck off, man.
Wow. Into the corner from Rashford. Again, you know, when he comes central, it's too easy. It's just far too easy. I mean, it's a great strike, to be fair, from Rashford. But again, you know, the ball's bounced. Dan Burn gets hassled from Rafinha. When you give
him the game, bro. When you give him the game, they can feel like they can do anything.
But Dan Burn just gives the ball straight back to Rashford, and he's 20 yards out on the right side of the D, and he smashes it into the top left-hand corner. I mean, it's a really poor clearance, if I'm honest with you, from Dan Burn. He's just hitting it along the ground. But, I mean, yeah, what a finish that is from Rashford from 20 yards, to be fair. Just off the inside of the bar. Great strike. Again, it was arrow-like. But it was a really, really poor clearance. Well, it was poor all round from Burn, because he allowed to get hassled from Lewandowski, who hustled and bustled. And then he had the opportunity again after Rashford tried to feed Lewandowski. Then he just literally gets half a yard off Tonali and lashes one into the corner of the net. It was, I mean, you know, you can say that, Dan. You can try and, you know, bring the players on and say, come on, we need to go. But at the minute, we are being shown, unfortunately, the way the game's supposed to be played. And if you have an opportunity to shoot. And that's what I said. We just don't get close enough with some of our midfielders to get that ability. And unfortunately, you look, these guys are wingers that have caused the damage against Newcastle tonight. And we haven't seen that from our wingers. And that's what I said. That is the difference. When you've got players that can give you that little bit of quality across the park, across the front three. And to be fair, Firmin tonight has been absolutely, you've not even known he's on the field. Newcastle down that left-hand side with Tino, Anthony Gordon. And unfortunately, again, Barca's discipline just gets them offside again. So, again.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I got it. No worries. Well, Barcelona making changes. There we go. Another one that could have been our players as well. Ferran Torres, former Man City.
Yeah, and he's got a really good record against us.
Oh, man.
So that's going to be an interesting one. So Ferran Torres, I mean, he had a really poor game against Valencia, to be fair. I think he got 1 assist in the 6 goals that were scored. And Lewandowski is coming off now after 69 minutes. Hey, like I say, it's again Barcelona working the magic. They've just showing a way to shut up shop now, playing Kabasi into that midfield now. So they've gone with an extra body in that midfield. And Ferran Torres and Christensen has come in. So Ferran Torres will go straight up front, up top.
I'm knackered, man.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't
it?
It?
Devastated, man.
You want to do that one from random?
Thank you, Random Man, for the super chat. But it says Burn messed up, but when it comes to the whole team, Eddie has to take responsibility. 100%. 100%. We'll see what the Happy Clapper in Chief has to say after this one.
Sure. That's a dodgy ball as well.
Yeah, it's a travesty.
Again, it's a great ball down the line for Murphy. Murphy now just trying to make something happen, and it's a crossed. Oh, Anthony Gordon. You're trying to bring you back inside when he's close to the byline, and he could have just kept hold of the ball. And this is, again, it's about having that mentality. They're just showing that strike again. But again, some nice composure from Malik Chow there coming out of for our defence. But again, it's a strange ball from Trippier. Really strange. And again, I don't know what that was from Murphy, but it could have worked. Tonali, again, just trying to force the issue. And again, Barcelona just clearing the lines, and it's gone all the way back to Pope, who throws it out. Oh, excuse me. I could feel that coming. Malik Chow back to Pope. Tino now plays the ball down the line to Willock. Willock does a bit of a turn. He's got past 2 players now with DeLong. Willock now still with the ball,
you're a fucking wanker, man.
What a crap ball that is. He does all the hard work. And again, one ball releases Rafinha down that right-hand side. Quality pass. He's one-on-one with Dan Burn. He comes inside, shoots, and it's fortunately for Newcastle, just wide of the far post. Again, so easy, just with one out ball. Some nice play from Willock there, to be fair. But again, that decision-making, that final ball, just execution-wise, was awful. Chow goes long towards the centre, trying to give Voltemada his touch and much of the ball since his inclusion.
Not much of anything, man.
Barcelona again just happy to play the ball long and again waste a few more seconds. Eddie Howe with hand on chin.
Oh, Eddie Howe is knackered today, man. He's going to have to take responsibility.
Voltemada now picks that ball up really well, but again, just gets hassled and he gets put under pressure. And he, unfortunately, trying to feed in Anthony Gordon, Unfortunately, puts the ball out for a throw-in for Barca, just inside the Newcastle half. Again, it's just Araujo. Again, plenty of time on that ball. And Martin on that left-hand side plays the ball nice along the floor. But again, Rashford was expert. Oh, it's a poor ball again from Trips. Luckily, we got the deflection out for a throw-in.
Talking about fantastic.
Yeah. Trippier throws the ball in towards Voltemada, who's inside the box on the right-hand side. Voltemada now just holds the ball up, just delaying the ball. It gives it back to Bruno, feeds Voltemada back, and Tonali's trying to do something with a ball that just wouldn't sit down. And again, Barcelona just clear it. And again, I go back to what I was saying, playing with that pace constantly. It's on that composure in the final third. We just don't have it. Tino now in a left-hand side run. He gives it to Anthony Gordon, comes inside, looking for options. Anthony Gordon, again, still running centrally, plays the ball into Voltemada, into Bruno as a shot. And it just, again, a little bit too close to Garcia. Stings his palms, and he's able to get the ball and cling onto it at the second attempt. Good left-footed strike. It was shaping away from the goalkeeper, but again, just far too comfortable, really, for Garcia. Garcia again with a driven pass out to Rashford, who again has the beating of Trippier. And Trippier is looking a little bit heavy-legged now at the minute. And Rashford, if it wasn't for a poor touch from Rashford, oh dear, that's going to be a yellow card, son. Trippier's gone.
Trippier's down now.
Yeah, Trippier's gone, mate. He's up. You could see he was like running through sludge just. Fermin Lopez, the guy who I gave all the glory to, has had a poor game today, to be fair. And Trippier now is down with cramp.
We are knackered.
We are knackered.
You could see just when he got up there from when, but again, Rashford, if you been clever here and not at that last touch of the ball, which allowed Trippier to get goal side of it again. He was a clean throw on goal there for a second. Referee just going over to Trippier and just saying, what's happening? Get yourself off the field of play if you need treatment. Come on, physio, get yourself round there. Oh, he's clapping the fan, so I can only assume he's coming off, and Botman's coming off.
Botman.
So is he going?
Well, who?
Is he going? Are they going through?
Trippier.
What's going on here? Yeah, it looks like they've thrown an extra height. So they've gone 3 at the back now. And it looks like they've tried to push Tino into midfield. And obviously they're going to play this 3-4-3 system, I would imagine. Rather than, obviously, I don't think options are there, to be fair. Anyway, Willock got an opportunity to give Murphy, again, a little bit of a poor ball. Murphy, again, had to delay his cross as the pass just wasn't in the stride of his pace. So, again, it's just a poor delivery, and it's a simple job from Willock to do. Poor throwing. Again, puts us under pressure, but we've managed to get it back Botman to Burn on the halfway line. Burn up to Tino, who feeds the ball into Anthony Gordon, who's got an opportunity. Again, he had an opportunity to have a go at Kunda there, but he just allows the opportunity to go because of a heavy touch. And now Barca, he's down. Araujo looks like, again, he's just coming back from timeout, so he looks as though his day's done. In the 77th minute, it looks like there's a couple more Barca changes now. Just waiting for things to happen.
I mean, Ilanga was probably our best player of the first half. You take him out. I mean,
yeah, well, like I say, there's certainly going to be words. There's a long throw here from Tino in towards Dan Burn. Again, it's headed up in the air rather than any direction. It comes back to Tino. Tino floats one to the back stick. Again, it's just a bit of a tussle from Botman. And just trying to get it out of his feet.
Well done,
Played
Chow.
the ball from Chow to Murph, and Murph tries to drill one. Oh, sorry, it was Willock. Tries to drill one hard and low across the 6-yard box. But again, Garcia gets himself down to the ball comfortably. Again, Barca now just happy to keep hold of the ball. And De Jong halfway into his own half. Again, just nice and simple to Pedri. Back to De Jong. Pedri now. Again, Barcelona happy just to play keep ball. De Jong just goes all the way back to Garcia. Again, Araujo out to Kunda. Pedri just happy to pick that ball up again deep, and he just gives and goes in nice little triangles, Barca. Pedri now just free running towards the centre circle, plays the ball out to the left-hand side with Martin now. Martin just stops. Again, Barca just having a breather while they've got the ball. No pressure from Newcastle as we speak. Again, De Jong on the halfway line, left-hand side. Martin down the line, and there you go. Rashford just trying to give a little reverse pass down the line there, and unfortunately, Tonali sees it and intercepts. But again, every deflection seems to be going to a pink
It seems like Tonali's the only Newcastle player there.
Yeah, Bruno now plays it up to Gordon. Gordon's got
Take
Tino
him
on the
run,
left-hand
man.
side. Tino stumbles with the ball and then unfortunately fouls Kunda, but the referee has said play on. Again, it's just Rafinha being stopped in his tracks, and again, it's just easy for Barca to pick the ball up. Kunda, De Jong just plays it out to Martin, and it's just simple at the minute. Too simple. Rashford, Martin just able to play these 5-yard balls, and Newcastle just haven't got an answer for it, to be fair. Now back with Araujo. Surprised he's still on the field because it looked like he was cramping up terribly. There's a little chance over the ball over the top here.
Oh, here we
he
go.
gets it onto his chest, and Ferran Torres looked like he was asking for a penalty there, but it wasn't a penalty now. Just a coming together of bodies. Tino now on that left-hand side. Again, plays the ball over the top for Gordon to run onto. The ball gets mistimed by Kunda, but he has a bit of fortune. Manages to pick the ball up on the second go. But again, Barca with the easy timed play. And there's a player down now. I don't know what's going on here. It's Rashford is making some suggestion that Malik Chow get him an elbow into the head. Don't know. I didn't see anything off the ball there, but obviously it's something happened. And you can have a quick look.
No, I mean, just
absolute
didn't even mean to
rubbish.
do it.
Yeah, absolute rubbish. Yeah, I think Rashford was just being a little bit cunning there, to be fair. I mean, Chow did put his arm out, but it was with no malice whatsoever. Just seeing the reruns of these goals again, and it gets worse every time you see it. Given half a yard, and he just puts his laces through it in the second goal. Destroys us, to be fair. Rashford's off. And
Yeah, certainly a night to remember.
And Gerard Martin's off, yeah. And Eric Garcia and Olmo's on. So again,
Danny
look at these
Olmo.
plays. Danny Olmo, yeah, exactly. Sits on the bench for them. And again, you look at his stats. He's outstanding type of player.
There we go. Come on, Tonali.
Well
Oh,
done,
come on
Tonali
now.
again. Getting
Foul,
a bit-
man.
Yeah, it's got to be a yellow card for De Jong there. Had the shirt of Tonali. Maybe swaps his at the end of the match, mate. To be fair, I think he's done well, considering he's only just come back, hasn't he, De Jong? He was doubtful for today's game, so like I said, he's done really well. To be fair, like I say, Hansi Flick was.
Oh, he'll be called up for
somebody to control.
England for sure. When you thought his career was over at England, he'll be back at it again.
Yeah. I mean, Rashford certainly made Tuchel have something to think about. Ball out to Gordon on that left-hand side. Gordon now just tries to flick it in, but again, to nobody in particular off that little deflection. And again, delay from Bruno, who hoofs it out towards Murphy. Poor header out from Barcelona, though. It's come out to Malik Chow, who wants the ball back from Murphy. He had a nice little run there. Murphy comes inside, tries a little reverse pass, but again, deflected straight to a pink shirt with Barcelona. Again, Rafinha with a little ball over the top for Torres to run to. A little back heel. Again, Barca just trying to be too complicated there. Again, just nice little gives and goes from Barca.
Well, I'll tell you what, very, very quiet game by Lewandowski, who was subbed off, obviously, but very quiet game from him.
But like I said, he did. I mean, you look at this: 358 passes completed by Barcelona, 171, 61 to 31% ball possession. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, we are miles away from that composure, if you like, and standard of football from a number of players in a black and white shirt. Unfortunately, and it's a shame because, like I say, they have fought tooth and nail to try and get something, and they've had opportunities. But again, if you don't hit the sack, if you like, you don't get anything from the game, and it just adds more pressure. Because the first time you make a mistake, as we've seen, and they punish you, the game gets turned on its head, and then other mistakes seem to creep in. So it's been a pretty poor second half, if I'm honest with you, from Eddie's team.
Yeah. And, it's Queen King says he has to be held accountable for a shambolic lineup at the beginning of the game. But that's the thing. People always want, because I see Lee, and listen, this channel is uncensored, and we allow every single opinion to be here without being blocked with any of that stuff. But we're going to disagree, because Lee in the chat was saying that people are getting mad because we lost to Barcelona. No, that's not the case, man. We shot ourselves in the foot before kickoff. We could have beaten Barcelona, but we didn't, due to decisions by the manager and simple mistakes by our two center backs, Byrne and Shar. And also, you can argue whether Eddie Howe should have known Shar is not fit to play right now. It's criminal the way he defended against Rashford, and 2 minutes later he has to be subbed off. Come on, man.
I do think that's probably a little bit of, like I say, you
and that could be, you're right. That could be Fabian Schär.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
but Fabian Schär could have said, "Listen, I'm not, bro. You have to be,
you have." But if the physio looks at Fabian Schär and he does the tests and he looks at his eyes and his eyes look clear without any sign of concussion, the player says, "I feel okay, not a problem. I want to play." You have to go with it, and that's what I said. Yeah. I think to me, it was an easy get out for Fabian Schär, who screwed up on that one. And like I said, I'm not going to be cynical about Eddie Howe not changing him, because it's up to the player. But you have to have a choice, and that to me is, like I say, the physio has to make that choice, and he'll say to Eddie through his little microphone, "Hey, listen, let's sub him. Let's not risk this." You know what I mean? Malik Chow's not really done anything wrong up to yet, to be fair.
No, Malik, actually, I think he's pretty good right now. He's been battling his personal mark in the Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez has been absent.
Yeah.
Since he's come on. And unfortunately, Voltemada, what are we going to judge now? Oh, Voltemada is not fit to play. He's not ready to play. Look at him. What's he going to do, man? What's he going to do?
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
same thing with Sandro Tonali, last season. When we were losing like this, and then he would put Tonali in to save something. And what's he going to do, man? 2-0 down. What are we doing? So very poor. But listen, we're going to put the link out there, and all fans from all over the world can come on, have their say about this performance. And we are expectant the mighty win to come. And, well, you saw halftime. He was defending this. I don't know what game he was watching. But there you go. We'll see what he has to say now. And Willock is now.
The fuck is Willock doing? Seriously, there. Anyway, we've got a 4-on-3 situation here with Barcelona. Plays into the right-hand side of the penalty box. It's a bit of a step over from Rafinha. Plays the ball back, and fortunately for Newcastle, again, composure from Barca. But it was so easy for Barcelona to have 4-on-2 situation there. Dan Burn now on that left-hand side, marauding forward to the halfway line. He gives it simply out to Anthony Gordon, who plays it up to Voltemada, who again just gets challenged from the side heavily. I don't know who the lads have come on now. There's been lots of changes from Barca. Down that left-hand side with Dan Burn. Plays it inside to Bruno, just on the halfway line, just inside the Barca. There's a crossfield pass, but again, misdirected to nobody in particular, all the way back to Garcia. In the Barca goal, and again, it becomes a little bit too easy. And this is, we're talking about resting players for the Bournemouth game. This is what knackers players out, is when they're chasing the ball.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So, when you're on top of the game, this is what I said, it's easier to take players off, as we've seen Barca do, when you're winning the game. That's when you can make changes and say, you know what, I'm resting you for the weekend now. Let's just come out and play. Because, that's just, like I said, rushed because you're trying to play at 100 mile an hour and it destroys your game. Again, not a brilliant ball from Bruno there. Straight out of play on the halfway line for a Barca throw-in. I mean, like I say, Willock just isn't at the standard. He's not at the races anymore.
I agree, Gordon. I agree. I agree, Scotty. You say that Chow looks decent. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him.
He looks steady. Yeah, that's what I said. He probably just needed a couple of weeks just to get to the run of things, if you like. Bruno now with a throw in from Murph plays the ball into Botman, back to Chow. Botman again, more central of the three. Nice little give and goes between the three of them. Go on, give it down the line. Murphy now with a chance to get the ball in the cross. Oh, get in! Yes! Coming off the wing.
Come on!
Get in! In the 90th bloody minute. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Great play from Newcastle. I mean, it's just simple. Just gives in goals and then running off behind. Look at Tonali and Bruno, the furthest forward players. Gordon, not Bruno. Some nice interchanging play from Bruno. Quality ball. Again, you saw Murphy not having to change his stride before he plays the ball across the box. Just plays it with his stride. No, he's not offside, mate. Running from behind Kunda. Really good finish that was. Really good goal from Newcastle. Barcelona 2, Newcastle.
7 more minutes. Come on, man. Please, if we can equalize this. Let's go.
Best bit of football we've had in this second half, by far. And again, you're talking about Gordon running out from the wing and then coming into that inside left position where he favours and he gets most of his goals and his XG up from that position. Different player altogether. That's what I can't understand. Again, Barcelona just able to bring with Walter Marde, again, just having a bit of a tussle on his own up that top end. Again, Barca just happy to see the ball out. They're going to try and run the clock down as much as they can now. And
come on, man. We got a lot of time.
Yeah. Hansi Flick just saying to the lads, slow it down a bit. Don't play into Newcastle's territory. It was a bit of a light one. But again, that one's given I don't know whether that was a light one on Murphy more than anything else, if I'm honest. But again, Barca will do what they do well. He wasn't anywhere near the ball, to be fair, Murph. He's just running to the inside of the Barcelona's player and his thigh. So free kick to Barcelona.
They're probably going to add a defender there.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, ball through the middle there for Torres to run onto, but Botman does a really good showing of the ball out there.
Quite nice. I forgot Botman was on.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. They've got into this new system, this 3 at the back, and like I said, it seems to as though they're pretty comfortable there. Everybody's doing a job that they need to be doing, and there's not a lot of space. For Barca to run into, because like I say, you get Murphy, bless him, drops into the right back position when he needs to, which gives you your 4. It does obviously give you Dan Burn at left back. But but it's only just obviously a supply and demand situation.
Did we get, what was that? Yellow card for somebody?
I don't know whether that was for somebody. I think it was somebody off the Newcastle bench, to be fair. Fermin Lopez for Casado coming off.
Oh, please don't let him score.
Again, Barca just playing football on the edge of Newcastle's penalty box. Again, just a ball for Koundé to get onto, but it was picked up by another pink shirt. Again, just hoofed forward by Barca, picked up by Tino, who plays the ball first time over the top for Anthony Gordon. Gordon lets it bounce. He plays it inside, but it's a poor ball. Is it picked up? It is by Tino. Back to Gordon. Gordon now with the opportunity to run down the line and give us an opportunity. Back with Tino. Tino now draws the ball back to Tonali. Tonali, a little bit more intensity in these last couple of minutes. And again, Barca getting a little bit of luck. Deflects off. There's a Anthony Gordon looks like he's walking as though he's messed his pants. With a bit of cramp by the looks of it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, lots of niggly free kicks given to Barca now because of Newcastle in their wisdom trying to pick up the intensity a little bit, and they're leaving the foot in. Again, just a simple ball between lines there for Barca. And just play all the way back to the halfway line where the centre halves just turn and give it to Garcia, who's again just on the edge of his D. Garcia with a dodgy ball, but he gets away to De Jong and a ball straight away down for Rafinha. Rafinha now on the edge of the box with Newcastle, and very few, and there's a chance. Oh, good save for Pope, and it's cleared from Botman. Again, come out of nothing for Barca with a ball through the legs. I think it was Olmo in the end that got the shot off on the edge of the box. It was going down to Pope's left-hand side. He gets a massive hand to it, and Botman manages to clear it at the second chance. Rafinha into Pedri, and it's again so easy. Everybody black and white shirt behind the ball, and everybody in a pink shirt in the Newcastle half. That's how high they are. And again, you're talking the 96th minute here, and they're still playing with the same intensity, Barcelona, as they did in the first with this high line. Koundé.
When you got the ball, you don't have to run too much,
anything, mate. Oh, he's able to turn there, Torres, and a deflected shot over the top. I thought that was going to go flying over Popey there.
Look at that. Hansi Flick. Hold on. Wait, take your time.
Just take it easy.
That's what a proper club does, man. You attack, you score, and you kill time. Plain and simple.
Yeah, look at these guys. Yeah. Saying, come on. Rafinha just doing his best with the line out there with Olmo. Just saying, just pass me the ball short. Here we go. We're back with it and being very professional. Barca. Nice give and go with Rafinha. Tries to drill one low, but it's straight into Pope, who gets down, and it's fed out to Malik Chow. Malik Chow now goes, oh, referee! Come on!
Hey, man.
Casado there, just literally rugby tackle. Malik Chow would beat him all ends up there. Again, that's what you do to stop the opposition from playing. It's very professional to take one for the team at times. It's bloody frustrating for us.
Come on, you gotta. Yeah, well, this might be the last one. Or you gotta add one more minute, man. Come on.
Pope goes diagonal long, looking for Voltemada.
Nobody on that side, man.
No, Botman gets a head to it, but it doesn't go to anybody in particular.
Gordon shouldn't be in the middle.
Again, get down the friggin' line. Give us an option.
Gordon has nothing to do in the middle, man. Be a winger and cross.
He's got to give Tino a chance to throw. Yeah,
come on,
to pass
hurry up.
Somebody. Tino now with a long throw. We're in the final minute. It's literally now just what the referee wants to add. Tino with a long throw coming towards the end of the game. Got some big boys at that front post to aim at. Comes in now to looking for Byrne. Byrne gets the chance. Bottom and it flicks up.
Toon Army.
Tonali! Oh! Unfortunately, straight down the throat of Garcia. And I think that will be it.
That's it.
Referee looked at his watch. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I mean, again, I find it looked, once we started playing with that little bit of intensity in the last few minutes, it looked as though, we could sneakily get something out of that game. Was it deserved in the end? Well, like I say, there's only going to be one answer to that, and it's up to you guys to answer it when we come back on the review
The match
of
reaction.
the match. The reaction.
Man, we just we set ourselves up for failure once again, And once that happens, I mean, you deal with this. It's frustrating because we know we can beat Barcelona. We know we beat PSG. We know we can beat Liverpool. That is not the issue. That is not the problem. Beating these teams is not the problem. The problem is, why do we have to do this all the time, man? We set ourselves a failure all the time. And somebody has to be held accountable and just take ownership of this, of their decisions. And unfortunately tonight, I mean, Eddie Howe, why do we have to start like this? It made no sense. It didn't help anybody out. And, it's so frustrating, man. Once again. But what can we say?
Hard one to swallow.
Very frustrating.
I should think.
It's a very hard pill to swallow. Listen up. We are going to do the match reaction right now where we take your calls and you can have your say. Please join us. You'll be redirected to that one right now. But before that, let me thank the super chatters of tonight. All of you really for chatting up and helping us out in the stream. Paul Morris, thank you for becoming a member. Trolls for the super chat. Thank you, Trolls, again for gifting a membership. Going to Huey Gallagher. Thank you, Random Access, for the £25. Thank you, Rebecca. Oh no, Rebecca got the membership. Two Corner Fresh, Sophie, Joe Robinson, as well as Kronos and Random Access once again. Thank you very much, all of you. We will see you right now on